Hello, hello. On today's show, we've got a special guest host. We're going to talk about the finale of Obi-Wan and, of course, all of our regular segments. Welcome to your favorite live streaming podcast, Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space. As usual, I am your fourth or fifth favorite podcaster, Kevin. And pardon me, I'm a little hoarse. If anybody checked out anything else we got going on, you may be aware that I was under the weather for the last week. But I have two amazing guests with me today, one regular and one a guest host, because we have another host on location that hopefully we're going to get on the show today. Exciting stuff. So you want to say, hey, Mike? Mike?
Hey, Mike. Back for more fun.
Our special guest host is none other than the amazing Tyler.
Say, hey, hello. Taylor.
How's it going, fellas?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So we hopefully are going to have Patrick on location at Heroes Con. Am I saying that right? Heroes Con, right? It's called Heroes Con, right?
Yeah. And we're not jealous.
Yeah, not at all. We were planning on being there up until like a week ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 weeks at the most. And then life changes and we weren't unable to go. But, you know, even if I was financially able to go, I had a concert to go to last week and I didn't even get to go to that. That was COVID will wreck hundreds of dollars in a second. So
yeah.
That sucked.
I think they had to cut the show short with the rain. But
yeah, that's one thing we were thinking about with it too, that, who knows, because of the rain, what happened anyway. And I guess, Jess is trying to we had insurance on the tickets.
Oh, good.
With, COVID and stuff.
Yeah. So it was Def Leppard, and who else was playing?
Motley Crue and Joan Jett.
Nice. Yeah.
And Poison.
Poison, that's right.
Yeah. It would have been awesome. But anyway, what can you do? Just got to roll with life.
Right.
Okay. I wanted to, I almost skipped this. Mike, you want to start with posting the pick 3 for this week for the profit setup?
Yeah. Sorry. I went full screen thinking I don't have any responsibilities here for a little bit. Okay. So we've got the profits contest. It's really easy. All you have to do is look at these 10 comic book covers that we've selected and we've all voted on. You decide what you think our top 3 favorite covers are, and then submit those 3 books in the comments section of this live podcast. And if you match our top 3 in any order, you'll win your choice of any one of these 10 books, and we'll ship it to you, covering the shipping. So the contest begins now. It's not really a contest or a competition because you can have multiple winners. We can have 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
The right books.
Yeah.
So it begins now, and it will end when the pick 3 introduction runs in a little bit.
Nice. Perfect.
So, yeah. Good luck to everybody. This was a fun week.
We had our first guest last week too, and that was that was fun. I'd love to have a dozen people guessing on here you'd have a lot of tracking to do, but
Yeah, sure would. But it was an easy 10 picks this week. I didn't struggle at all.
Wait, are you being facetious?
No, I'm serious. I went straight through. A lot of times I'll go through and I'll find 8, and then I'm like, great. I start over at the beginning and then find a couple more. So
Okay. I thought your problem was the other way, actually, usually, where you had a lot more than 10. No, that's not the case, huh?
no, but this time it was one time through, 10 and done.
Well, that's good. That's awesome. Okay. All right, and then I have to start off talking about our freebies and our contests and everything with an apology. And this is from Xcellar Comics, of course, but more personally myself, because I take responsibility for this kind of thing, especially when I come up with most of these ideas. And Mike is always the one on my shoulder saying, are you sure you want to? That's a lot to keep track of. And I'm like, yeah, no, I got it. And then I just do what I'm getting ready to tell you. So I had a Fun Fan Freebie Phrase winner this week again. But his name's happened to be Stephen Hamilton. Because I totally failed to remind of our original rule, which is from the March 13 episode anyway. And, we said you could only win once in a month, 30-day period. Right. So I did let Steven know that. And, I haven't actually heard back from him yet, so I hope he's not mad at us like we're trying to get over one on him. But I said, hey, refer to this. We kind of covered the rules then, and I apologized for not kind of reiterating those rules since we finally had a winner. But basically, if you win the Fun Fan Freebie Phrase as it stands right now, you can only do that once in a 30-day period. Yeah. And the other thing we talked about in that episode, because I revisited it to research once I Steven had guessed again. But we talked about changing it in July. So we're right there anyway. But I promised Steven, so he doesn't feel short, because he's definitely been good to us recently, that if he waits his 30 days and he does it a second time, we're not going to change it to past 30 days until he gets an opportunity where he can win it. You know what I mean? I don't want to change it to 3 months, whatever we decide to change it to in July, right when he's at his 30 days. You know what I mean? So I told him that. But basically, there is a limit to how many times you can win. And, obviously we love to show appreciation for people that, participate with our shows, especially, and watching and listening in general. But as we grow, and obviously as we hope our prize values grow, we're going to have to keep expanding.
We have to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, actually, that's funny. You'll probably remember this. When I first mentioned the Fun Fan Freebie, my first thought is you can only win it once a year. Do you remember I said that?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking you can only win it once.
Well, anyway, once a lifetime.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's to clarify that. And again, once again, I apologize for not reiterating that to Steven. Hope he understands. But we'll talk about the Fun Fan Freebie Phrase first. We'll just keep the same one. I think we decided two weeks with the same one before we make a change. So the first word, again, is easily. Check out the podcast, which is an edited version of this live stream that I'll have out no later than Tuesday for the second word. And then watch our Whatnot show, which is on Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the third word of the phrase. And I basically leave the word up the entire show for that. Mm-hmm. But then I also started a new thing this past week where I have an edited version of the Whatnot show that I posted as a podcast on Saturday. Because the one thing with Whatnot is you can't revisit past live streams, at least not that I'm aware of. I don't think you can. So I want to put a podcast up so people can still get the third word of the phrase from the podcast.
So if they miss the live show on Friday, they can just revisit that.
Okay. The podcast, yeah.
Good idea.
And
I actually can get out of it.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I was wondering what you would get out of listening to the podcast on Saturday.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Mike. And this wasn't set up. So
Not,
I listened
didn't
to it.
listen to it.
I've listened to it partially a couple times. I haven't listened to it in its entirety, of course, except when I was editing. And it's kind of entertaining, but as far as what you get out of it, I thought that same thing as well. Aside from the third word of the phrase, you can also see what's up with whatnot. It's kind of because I edited it down to get rid of the pauses and when there's nothing being talked about and stuff. But you can not only see what kind of thing, or not see, you can not only hear what kind of thing we're selling on whatnot. Obviously I say what books they are every time I put them up.
Yeah.
But then also you can kind of get a feel for the way whatnot works. And, I can't imagine someone would want to listen to, except maybe some hardcore fans, maybe, I don't know, want to listen to the whole, it's 24 minutes long, I think. But if you listen to the first 10 minutes, it definitely gives a good idea what you're in store for with whatnot, maybe attract people to come to it. Cause we're whatnot lovers. That's for sure. Tyler's the same way, right, Ty?
Yeah, I've been obsessing over it a little bit.
I've turned a couple people on. I talked to Johnny this past weekend too, and he's getting into it. He said he's bought some lots from and I really like the fact. Obviously, I've said this a million times about the Xcellar group in general, about how different all of us are, to get a lot of different perspectives.
Right.
So he gave me his feelings on what he likes about whatnot, what he I'm sorry, I didn't even, we don't have a moderator in house today, but Steven's here, so I appreciate you saying that, Steven. I appreciate that.
Oh, there it is. Hey, Steven.
And he got his picks, his profit.
Okay, perfect. Killer.
Well, yeah.
Let me jot these down. So he's got Killers, Venom, and X-Men Red.
Yep.
Okay. Steven.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, it's really cool getting all the whatnot different perspectives as to what people like and what they want to see, and I definitely plan on incorporating that. We have one show now. As soon as I get my health back up and maybe do a little bit more tweaking here and there, and I get more time, I definitely plan on having at least, my goal is to at least have 3 whatnot shows a week.
Wow. You are running with it.
Well, it's one of those things. It's easier to do. What's that old saying, right? Find a way to make money doing what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I'm kind of looking at whatnot. I mean, it's obviously extra work to have a couple more shows, but I have so much fun with it. Yeah. It's like I'm playing Xbox for 2 hours. It's a lot of fun for me. So
it's a lot more fun than the eBay thing.
Yeah, exactly. eBay obviously, is our start, and we'll continue doing that, but there ain't much fun in listing a bunch of books every week.
I have I pulled stacks of books for the Whatnot show.
Yeah.
Just as I'm looking for eBay books, and I was actually having more fun looking for Whatnot books.
Right, exactly.
Trying to put together some eBay lots,
Yeah, exactly. It's easier, it's more efficient, it's less work. Quicker payoff, I don't plan on, trying to steer away from eBay in any way, but Whatnot's just great. So, and then to give a update with this. The Scruffles Goals Sweepstakes. We're actually doing pretty good. So we've got 28. I said 37 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was. I meant 27, and then last week we lowered down to 25, but now this week we're back up to 28. And all we're trying to do is get to 50. So if you subscribe, comment, retweet, follow, like, share, any of that, you're entered. If you do it at any point in time, as soon as we get to 50 subscribers, we're going to give away, a big prize that involves multiple things. I like to try to incorporate all of the parts of our shows in all of our prizes now. I've got what I watch, so we're including movie tickets. We've got collectibles on the horizon, so we're going to include a Funko Pop. And, I'm a big game lover, so we're going to include some TCG cards. And then I can't remember exactly what we have comic. I'm going to have to read.
I don't remember.
Yeah, me too. Anyway.
Steven says he likes the variants better.
Huh?
Steven says he likes variants better for comics, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he buys on Whatnot and local store. He likes variants better. And I think variants are kind of like treasure hunts, because the A covers are pretty much everywhere. Some of the variants you have to look for.
Yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah. You like so you like that part about our show where I try to stick with the because that's, for anybody who doesn't know, our Whatnot show is called the Very Variant Show. It's not completely variants, but it's very variant. So anyway, and then so I was just saying, so we're at 28 subs. Once we get to 50, there's going to be a big prize. I'll get that. What that prize will be more down pat before I talk about it again, I promise. But it's big. It's definitely going to be our biggest prize. And then the last thing before we get into our regular segments is our random username shout out. I think this is the first time I'm remembering to do this at the right time. But this week's random username shout out is Thuggernaut 9000. That's THUGGERNAUT 9000. Thuggernaut 9000. If you're listening to the show now and you comment, you get a 25% discount on your next purchase from our eBay store. If you hear this show ever and comment ever during the show or on this episode, whether you watch it later or not, it's a 10% discount. But if you show up today, Thuggernaut 9000, 25%. And we're adding all usernames for everyone that purchases from us through the eBay store and leaves us feedback. And I try to let people know when they leave us the feedback that that's what's going on too. But everybody's entered, and then I just pick a random one. Hence, random username shout out.
Yep, awesome.
All right. So I actually wanted to start with the unique topic again at the top of the show this week because of Patrick, but then he kind of left. What do you think? You think if he shows up, we just automatically switch to the topic? Basically,
yeah. He was trying to save battery stuff on his phone.
Oh, okay.
He's currently in line to meet Walt Simonson. He said if he has the opportunity, he'll pop back in. Really hoping that Walt will pop in there with him. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
But so yeah, he'll just jump in whenever. So whenever he does, we'll just let him in.
All right, cool. Okay. So then we'll just move into our first regular segment then. Okay, so first I wanted to point this movie out, Jay and Silent Bob reboot, because Johnny requested that you watch it, particular Mike, and then me, and I started watching it. Did you start watching it?
No, I spent the week catching up with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, Obi-Wan there. That's right. That's awesome.
It was. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I probably watched maybe the first half hour of this. I mean, it's typical, obviously, as you can imagine, Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely takes you back to, and basically it takes 30 years now, maybe 25. That's when we were really into them the most, right?
Yeah. I mean, when Clerks was, what was that, 92? No, 93 maybe?
Yeah.
93, 94, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, we were different. I had no kids.
Yeah.
Was single, had roommates. You were, I think Tyler was just born.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's wow.
But it's good, and obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but I comment so regularly about, especially comics and TV shows and stuff getting vulgar and cursing a lot. And some people feel like I'm kind of sensitive to that kind of thing because I mention that, but I'm only sensitive over here when it comes to that. But if I know that's what I'm in store for and that's what I choose to go get, I love it, just as much as anyone else I know. So, obviously you get that with Jay and Silent Bob. And when you're in the first, we'll probably have to talk about this more private because the first, I think it's the first scene, real early in the movie. It's there's one thing that Silent Bob, Jay does that's just freaking hilarious.
So it just lets you know what you're in store for the next hour.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're still the same. You may have changed, but we're still the same.
Oh, we got another comment from Steven here, which this is good to know too. Said he got the giveaway package and plan on getting us a picture with them.
Yeah, nice.
And he said we picked some wicked comic books to include. Perfect picks for him. You're welcome. Thank you again very much, Steve.
It was fun picking those out too. I mean,
we had a good time deciding on that as well. So yeah, couldn't be happier that you like them. So thanks for letting us know. All right, and then I went kind of the opposite direction from Jay and Silent Bob. And I watched this. Now, so this is The Tick, Amazon Prime original. Did you watch this at all when it was new, Mike?
Is this from the 90s?
No.
Tick?
No.
I think that's when the show came out initially, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is not that one. This is
okay. I didn't watch this. I didn't know this existed.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So is like I said a few weeks ago, are there two different Amazon Primes? Because I didn't see this. Or your searches must be a lot different than mine. They're putting up
that must be what it is. Yeah. Hey, Ty, are you familiar with this at all?
No, I've never seen it.
Are you familiar with The Tick at all?
I've heard of him.
Okay. So he's very funny, campy, superhero, and he's kind of a big airhead, musclehead, and it's basically comedy, obviously. And I think this came out in 2018, maybe 17, but it only lasted 2 seasons. So I actually binged, being sick, I spent a lot of time just laying around the couch. So this is one of many seasons a couple more I'm going to get into that I binged the whole first and second season of this, and I loved every minute of it. It's great.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the polar opposite of, the kind of things I complain about with superheroes. This is just totally goofy and ridiculous, but as far as everything I could tell, it's as family friendly as I need it to be to enjoy it. But it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. And this has I forget the character's name, but he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Plays the Tick. The main star. What's the name of the Star Force on Guardians of the Galaxy? That the ones that had the star ships that fought Thanos' ship back. Remember that?
the Ravagers or something like that.
No, the good guys, the ones that are
The Nova Corps.
Nova Corps. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Star Corps. Yeah, Nova Corps.
Yeah.
He was not the leader of the Nova Corps guy, but the one other pilot that we kind of got to know that was kind of the leaders. That's who plays the Tick.
Okay.
So he's good. Anyway, but big recommend for this.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're planning on doing any more in the future, but you should definitely check it out. Tyler, check it out. Tick's funny in general as well.
I have to show Mark. He might like it.
Yeah, I bet you would as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, I went to that because we had that one Tick book in the, this is what happens to me. We had the one Tick book in the, You Got a Deal or You For Real. So then I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's see what's up with the Tick. So.
Yeah, Tom the Giant Batman loves the Tick.
Yeah.
Anytime I see the Tick, I think of Tom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we commented, when we saw that too as well. Then I kind of went into an animation. I'm sorry. I got this out of order. So then we talked about me checking out Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the latest, Star Trek show that's available. This is on Paramount Plus. This is a Paramount Plus original. And we talked about this being, prequel, but it's not actually because Enterprise was actually the first contact. So this is, or the first, working with the Vulcan to get some space travel going on. But this show is kind of right after that. So it's a prequel to everything except Enterprise, as far as I know. And I'm not a big Trekkie, so I'm kind of off the cuff here based on what I know with what I, from what I watch, So, Tyler, have you thought about checking any of these out?
No, I really just don't have any interest in Star Trek personally.
At all?
Yeah, me too.
There's already so many other things that I don't get to where Star Trek's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I can appreciate that, of course. But yeah, I definitely, I don't know, the Chris Pine Star Trek have really kind of turned me back on to wanting to seek some out because they're doing a good job now as far as I'm concerned. But this is a great show. I really enjoyed this a lot. And I think they're not even done with the first season. They're just like releasing them every week. And I just watched even the latest one. I'm completely caught up. I think it's like on episode 8. But especially if you're a Star Trek fan, I think people are liking this as far as I know, but even not being a Star Trek fan, I think it's good stuff. And then just being into, like I said, I binged every episode of this. Then I got into some animation, which I started to talk about before. I just came from Tick, which is obviously comedy. And then I checked out Star Trek Strange New World because of me talking about it. And then I'm like, I'm in the mood for some more comedy. So then I saw this. This is obviously a cartoon. And basically it follows all the characters you never usually, that's kind of the idea, the premise of it. You're following the characters that no one pays attention to, It's like the Enterprise comes in and they do all the exciting first contact battling, all the danger and violence and stuff. And then this ship, I can't even remember what the name of it is. This ship with these characters on it kind of comes in afterwards and like does the paperwork and cleans up the mess and stuff. And it's very funny. It reminds me of, what was that other space show? It's still on, the animated one that came out after Simpsons or what? It's like Simpsons. What's that one?
Futurama.
Futurama. Right. This really reminded me of Futurama.
Well, you gotta say the title of this, or Johnny Burgers is going to be all over you.
You mean Johnny's Burger? Yeah.
No, Johnny Burgers.
No, okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is Star Trek Lower Decks. Thank you for saving me, Mike. I appreciate it. But Star Trek Lower Decks, animated. I think it's another Paramount Plus original, but it's pretty funny. I enjoyed it. And I binged all of these as well. I think there's 2 seasons of it out as well. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm in an animation mood. But let's get a little bit more serious. So I didn't really get serious, but then I went to Star Trek Prodigy.
I see a theme here.
Yeah. So this is also animated, but this is more like a Toy Toy Story, CGI, whatever, computer animation kind of show. But this is also kind of, it's not a comedy, but it's definitely for kids. It's fun enough. I don't really recommend this for adults though, but I think this is if if you're a Trekkie fan, you got some kids and you want to start that journey with your kids. I think this is a good place to start. I thought it was good. The animation's nice. This is just story simple, it's like I said for kids, but it's not bad. I enjoyed it as well. And then before we get into the big topic, what is it? Oh, sorry.
What was that? I know what that was.
Watch this movie. This is Spiderhead. This is a new Netflix original with Chris Hemsworth. What's that kid's name? Mr. Fantastic from the Bad Fantastic Four. I always forget his name. Anyway.
I don't know.
Hook me up, Tyler. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Miles Teller
Yeah, I think that's right.
and Journey Smollett. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it is Miles.
Yes. Yep, that is right. Yeah. This is Max. This is one of Max's favorite actors. But anyway, did you guys hear about this or check this out?
Me and Maddie have been trying to watch it. We just haven't had time, but we're waiting to.
Oh, you're
Never
trying to when you get the time, not trying
We'll
to.
probably watch it today.
Just watch something else. Watch Star Trek Lower Decks.
What are you saying? It's bad?
Oh my God, it's so bad in my opinion.
Now I really got to watch it.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that.
All the trailers I've seen I've loved.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool too, and obviously it's Chris, and I like Mr. Teller there too a lot. I thought I'd like everything about this, but yeah, man, I don't want to really give too much away. It just seems so dumb. I don't even know like what they're trying to make the point out to be in this. It kind of goes so many ways and sideways and in ways I didn't really think were entertaining or to the point very well either. But yeah, I didn't really like this one at all.
Interesting.
Yeah. Big pass. So go ahead and watch it so you can tell me whether you agree or you can tell me whether you're stupid. Either way, I'll listen. I'm just kidding. But Mike, trust me. You don't want to watch this.
Not gonna.
Okay.
Thank you for the advice. I'll avoid it.
Oh, you know what? I think I accidentally took away the our main topic of every week. You know what I'm saying? Of my main pick. Where we want to talk about Obi-Wan.
Right.
Let me see how fast I can pick that up here and add it.
Well, let me step away here. Let me get Mark if we're going to talk about Obi-Wan.
Okay. That'll work. All right, I got it. I'm good. Tyler, did you leave too, or did you just check the silence in yourself for a second?
Okay. I think now Mark hasn't watched the last two episodes, so he probably just wants to chime in for a second about what he thinks.
Okay. So obviously we've moved into talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. The finale was this past week, so the series is over. We have another special guest, Mark, wants to chime in on his opinion. What's up, little buddy? What do you got to say?
It's better than any Star Wars show, in my opinion. Like, it's better than The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett.
Wow.
Okay. In my opinion.
And you haven't even seen the last two episodes, which, in my opinion, the last episode is the best one.
That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
The last episode is what makes it good to me.
Yeah, right.
So hopefully we'll get those in today.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to watch them a second time.
He'll probably come back. So right now he's saying it's the best Star Wars show. He's going to watch the last 2 episodes and come back next week and be like, hey, this is the best Star Wars anything ever that's ever existed. I won't be surprised, Mark. Seriously, it's really good. I liked it. But thanks for chiming in, Mark. But we want to talk about those 2 episodes now. So if you want to not get spoiled.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So we watched every night we watched an episode, and then we had to double up on some. I just want to say this. Luke has been my favorite from the beginning. I was really disappointed in the Disney trilogy and how they handled Luke. You know, he just gave up on being a Jedi and stuff like that. Having watched this now, I need to say that Obi-Wan Kenobi is now my favorite. And it's because of Ewan McGregor's portrayal in this. I felt the 1, 2, and 3, episode 1, 2, and 3. I just think it was bad directing because everybody seemed real stiff, and then the dialogue was real cardboard-like. It just didn't flow. This is phenomenal. This is making me like Kenobi way more. Way more.
I agree with 75% of that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ty?
I love everything that Kenobi does. It's just a lot of the other things that you're talking about being stiff, or just a lot of quirky things in the show that are weird.
Well, I think he was talking about it being stiff in the prequels.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's saying he likes him better in the show because he was stiff in the prequels, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were kind of headed down the same road here on this, Mike, because I think all the Obi-Wan fans were hoping to get a lot more Luke out of this show prior to the show starting. So with Luke being obviously your big one prior to this show and then not getting any Luke, I guess that kind of balanced for you with how much more you like Obi-Wan because he, was done better in your opinion than the prequels. But even though you didn't get much Luke, didn't that frustrate you though, as a Luke fan especially?
Not really, because I mean, it was him as a child, not him as a Jedi. I like Luke as a Jedi.
Yeah, I know, but you still kind of. I like the lore of
Yeah.
I thought about this more recently from the Luke perspective. Is that when Star Wars starts, Leia is already gung ho and part of the rebels, and Luke has no idea what's going on. So what would we really get out of Luke in this show? Because he's clueless about the Jedi in general when Obi-Wan comes around, or old Ben comes around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's not really much storytelling to give Luke in the show, I believe.
Yeah, it's just him playing in the dirt.
Right.
All right. Well, my counter to that is to kind of put it in a real kind of simplistic way, Rogue One. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna talk about the prequels in general. Okay. They took one comment in Star Wars and created a multi-galaxy battle of epic proportions, which we love, obviously, from one comment in the New Hope. And then we also got Rogue One, which was also another movie that was based on one statement in one meeting from A New Hope. And we got a whole epic movie, which me and Ty talk about that arguably being our favorite Star Wars movie. So my point is this: I don't
think it's arguably.
Huh?
I don't think it's not arguably for me. It is my favorite movie.
Okay, I just say arguably because I always include The New Hope in that conversation. But anyway, so my point is this: I don't know the answer to your questions specifically, but I'm just telling you, if they wanted to have a fun adventure, including Luke with Obi-Wan being involved, with Luke still being able to come out of it as kind of naive about Jedi and stuff when it's all said and done, and New Hope, trying to maintain that continuity, they could have done it. Basically, this is one thing about Leia too. Okay, so obviously Leia's on this whole adventure with Obi-Wan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ayla made this argument for what I'm getting ready, against what I'm getting ready to say, that she's like, oh, we needed to kind of get to know how Leia knows Obi-Wan and stuff like that anyway. So this made sense for them to go that way. And I'm like, no. In my opinion, if you rewatch A New Hope, and I'll try to quote this, but I might be off, but it's something like she actually has to tell Obi-Wan who she is. In the hologram, she says, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now, I've also heard the rebuttal that she is reminding him of that as a way to try to a call to arms for him in A New Hope, which whatever that could be. I'm not, I always look for a reason to like something as opposed to trying to dislike it. But the point is, in my opinion, from the way she said that in the original hologram, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. The way she talked to Obi-Wan in that, Obi-Wan didn't even know who she was. That's how I originally took it. That's why she said, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Do you remember that, Tyler?
Yeah. They're trying to line up things from decades apart. So
of course.
Perfect. But I do see what you're saying there.
My point is just they could have done the same thing with Luke.
Right. I didn't have any.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I didn't have many expectations on Luke during this, or Leia
Right, exactly. Or Leia. That's my point. Look at this poster. Just for another example, I'm gonna rant negatively here for a while, and then I'm gonna get to good. So I'm not trying to get everybody to hate this show or not watch it. I'm not trying to beat you up for your opinion either, Mike. I'm just really expressing my frustration, just venting a little bit. But look at this poster. Where is he? Where is Darth Vader? Where are you under the impression this poster is taking place? You haven't watched the show at all. Where are they in this poster?
Tatooine.
Right. Exactly. Right? Who's on Tatooine besides Obi-Wan?
Luke.
Yeah. So everybody, I shouldn't speak for everybody. Myself and the people, Tyler, namely, that we talked about prior to this show coming out, the Obi-Wan's job is to be on Tatooine with Luke. So if there was going to be a bonding thing happening that they wanted to kind of start up and kind of, maybe twist things in a certain way to make it work out, and maybe needs a little forgiveness as far as continuity is concerned, like you're saying with Leia, Mike, why wouldn't that be with Luke? His job is to watch Luke. The last time we saw Obi-Wan, he strands himself on Tatooine to protect, for the sole purpose of his life is to protect Luke. That's the first thing. That's the last thing we know of Obi-Wan's character at all. And then we get this poster and the trailers, and all it is Obi-Wan on Tatooine.
Well, there's the twist. Twist.
Hey, check this Obi-Wan. Check this Obi-Wan movie on Tatooine that doesn't take place in Tatooine, has nothing to do with Luke. It's actually about Leia and the coming of age story of a secret Padawan that's trying to murder Vader. What? So that's why I keep using the term catfished. It's like, this wasn't horrible. I love Star Wars, so I enjoyed this fine enough, but it's not. And that is just my surface complaint. If I want to nitpick other stuff, there's just silliness throughout this. Mike, now that you've seen it, how about when they did the whole Inspector Gadget thing where he's got the trench coat and he's hiding the kid under his trench coat. He's hiding Leia under his trench coat as no one can see her feet. They're on an Empire or an Imperial base. Stormtroopers and all these Empire people.
Stormtroopers are running by him while he is walking away.
Yeah, and he's sneaking Leia out under his coat.
Yeah,
is this show for 4-year-olds? Or are we supposed to take it seriously? Where's my ground here? It's
things like that. I agree. And then it seemed like the Stormtroopers are just cannon fodder a lot of times. They're just, they're getting wiped out with just about every shot. But what they're shooting at, obviously they miss everything. But I
that's definitely a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So I got to accept a little bit of that.
I give it a free pass. I give it a free pass because I enjoyed everything else so much.
Okay.
and I have to agree with Mark. I think I enjoyed this more than The Mandalorian.
What?
And way more than Book of Boba Fett. And this is why. And like Tyler kind of said that, I think Tyler said the last episode really wraps it all up. I mean, that's what everybody's waiting for. I mean, whenever a few episodes prior to the end, I think when he found out that Anakin was still alive, it's like, holy cow, that was awesome to see. And that last episode where they fought was, I'm trying to think of all the lightsaber battles that I've watched, if there was one better than that.
Oh my God, Revenge of the Sith, it doesn't even compare.
Which one in Revenge of the Sith?
Obi-Wan
and
Anakin fight. Yeah.
I think it would be stiff competition there. I haven't watched that one for a long time.
Come on, you need to watch it again.
I can't go stiff competition because that episode 3 fight is far and away like the best.
That's like comparing a high school football game to an NFL football game. It's like not even close. I mean, even if it was a good high school football game, which I agree with you, I liked it, Mike. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I liked it. It's just nowhere near anything of Revenge of the Sith caliber, or even the end of Empire, the Phantom Menace with Maul and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. In my opinion, I mean, it just wasn't the same. But I mean, it's a TV show. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, I haven't watched, episode 3 in years. But I thought it was great where when Obi-Wan still does that little thing with the lightsaber, he does that little flip thing when he goes to move in. I think that was cool that he still did that. But I loved it. I thought it was, whenever he slashed open
his
Vader's face. And then when you're getting the Hayden Christensen voice mixed with the
Vader voice, or the.
Wait, I thought you said you hadn't seen that yet.
No, I watched them all.
Mark has.
Mark. Oh, okay. Because I was trying to be quiet about some things. So now that I know you've seen all this.
Yeah, you can let her. With James Earl Jones and Hayden's voice mixing and all, I'm like, holy cow! It was just
that was very cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I love that too. I love that as well. Yeah.
I told that a few days ago. I think when Obi-Wan defeated Vader, their conversation after is like top 5 scene in Star Wars.
Yeah. That's exactly what you said. Yep. Mm-hmm. Patrick actually has a chime in here. Hopefully he's still listening. I'm sure this was addressing what I was saying. He says, but that they wanted Vader, and Vader can't know Obi and Luke are there. I get that. I've heard that as well, Pat. The only thing I have to say about that, though, is I think the adventure could have been around Obi-Wan doing what he was sent to Tatooine to do, to keep Luke hidden. So that, Vader is maybe on to something like obviously the Inquisitor was and stuff, but he never finds out. They don't take it that far. Maybe here I am being a writer of a show that doesn't exist. My point is, I think they could have done it to where at the end, Vader still didn't know Luke existed, and Luke still wasn't aware of the Jedi. They could have, excuse me, sorry about that. They could have done it in such a way, which that actually would have been impressive writing, I think, as well. They could have wrote a story around the whole point of Obi-Wan's purpose, which is to protect Luke and kind of keep him in the dark all at once. And they pull that off. That'd have been great. I think that's what's partially so special about Rogue One to me, is the way it kind of ends and wraps up when you didn't see any of that coming. Same kind of thing with this anyway, So that's what I had to say about that, Pat. But I mean, that makes sense. I see what you're saying, Pat. So
you think because Vader could sense Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan can sense Vader, you think he would have been able to sense Luke? Because I think the Force is stronger with Luke, so he would have sensed him.
I think the only reason he even got his first sense of Luke was at the end of A New Hope, was because he was communicating with Obi-Wan and kind of that was his first time utilizing the Force.
That's what I was going to say. Because the same thing happened with Anakin. Qui-Gon had to give him readings, and he just had a feeling he didn't know anything about Anakin.
Yes, you just can't sense Force.
So if you don't have the ability to use the Force or any knowledge of it, you can't sense that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since Luke doesn't have knowledge of the Force as a child, he wouldn't have. Okay.
He could have still been hidden.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you were talking about lining things up, decades apart, it makes me wonder, like, when they produce a show like this, why don't they rewatch A New Hope 20 times, to make sure that they're getting things right? With how, Obi-Wan doesn't seem like he knows who Leia is, like Dad mentioned. It's kind of weird.
I have a funny answer to that I thought about that the other day too. I'm like, you know what? They probably don't, because these people are, I think Johnny pointed this out a while ago, that these people are just fans as well. These are fan made. These are really professional. Obviously Disney owns the right, but these are all fan films at this point. Right. All these writers and creators of what we're experiencing now that is canon, because they own it, are literally just fan films. So these people probably don't think, they've probably watched Star Wars and New Hope 20 times in their life already. So they're not thinking they should go back and rewatch it while they're making Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? They're probably cocky.
I know what you mean, but I would disagree that the point should be the opposite. If you've worked this hard in your life to be a producer and you're that much of a fan of Star Wars,
be perfect.
You want to be perfect.
I agree.
Why are you producing anything Star Wars if you're not going for absolute perfection?
Yeah, I agree with that, Tyler. I agree with you. I was like I said, it's kind of a funny way for me to mock it, basically. They're probably cocky about it. They think they don't need to. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm more disappointed that we didn't get any when you're talking about making the series about defending Luke, I would assume the series would be about the Inquisitors kind of trying to chase Luke down, and Obi-Wan's able to fend them off. But he didn't even fight a single Inquisitor, if I remember correctly.
He just ran from her.
Yeah, he just ran from them, and he fought Vader twice.
Yeah.
But also in the original trilogy, Vader talks about, him not sensing Obi-Wan for so long, or he hasn't seen him or felt that presence since, and then that line cuts out of the movie.
Yeah, it's a
so you assume that's from their confrontation on Mustafar. But now he's obviously going to have a grand memory of that incident in the finale.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I think that's the way that line cuts off. It can be interpreted to now mean after their battle on, Tatooine, or no, they weren't on Tatooine.
Were they?
Yeah, it was some I don't know the planet.
Random asteroid, I think it was a random asteroid or something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Anyway.
But it was great to see Vader's power. Like, I think I texted you when he just grabbed the transport ship and just pulled it right back to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when he was fighting Obi-Wan in the finale, where he's just grabbing huge pillars of stone and moving it, it's like, look how powerful. But then Obi-Wan he showed his power when he's just throwing rocks at him. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it so much, because it was such an awesome display of power.
Yeah.
Between both of them. It wasn't just a lightsaber. I mean, they were using the Force. Like, you guys have watched all of them way more than I have, but I don't remember seeing anybody use the Force that much in a battle. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
One question I have too.
Rewatch some old stuff.
Obviously, Vader's got some armor that can withstand a lightsaber strike.
Does he?
Right. Unless you think Obi-Wan was just slicing him a little bit in the back, in the face on purpose.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have armor that can withstand a lightsaber strike. I think anytime
when he gets him in the back and knocks him over, that looks like a pretty fierce hit. Like that would cut a normal person in half.
I can't comment on that. I don't remember that in particular.
Well, my appearance of it, that he's got armor, like not exactly Beskar, but something strong to withstand a lightsaber strike. Why did he act fended off in their first confrontation by that lane of fire that was recreated, that he couldn't get to Obi-Wan? He couldn't just walk through that fire?
Yeah.
It's a fear thing, though. It no matter how protected he is, it's a psychological thing, I imagine.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
You know what else he can do?
He created the fire in the first place, and then when it reignited, he was like,
Yeah.
You know what else Jedis can do that I've seen him do a bunch of times?
What?
Jump. That was not very wide. A Jedi could jump over that all day long,
Yeah. But Vader can't because he's got. Remember, Mark said he's not very flexible. He's got those metal legs.
Yeah, it's like I said, overall, I told Tyler that I think the last episode was an 8.5. I thought it was really good. But every episode aside from that, I give like a 5.5. So I gave the series overall like a 7.
Uncle Mikey, what did you think of you remember the scene when he's traveling with Leia through that, like with the taxi driver, and they get to that laser gate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one
Obi-Wan single-handedly, he single-handedly defeats like 12 guards at that gate, and then when they get past it, and then another group of like 5 more troopers and an officer show up, they're like, "Oh, we're screwed."
And he laid down. Yeah.
It's just so many things like that.
There's just so many. Yeah. And we talked about it. You may not have heard us. I don't know what you did because you chose to step out on occasion with the teasers or the spoiler alerts before Mike. So I don't know what you did here or not. But yeah, that was another thing we were talking about is he's hiding while he's looking for Leia, but he looks totally like a Jedi in every way. So that was odd to start off the show. And then let me ask you this now that you've seen it too. How do you feel about it's Reva? Reva is her name, right? Reva?
Right. Yeah, the Inquisitor.
How do you feel about her? Is she a good guy or bad guy? What do you think's up with her?
Well, I think it was an ends justify the means type of thing for her. I think she wanted revenge on Anakin.
Right.
For when he killed the younglings.
Right.
So it was, but it's kind of, I was a little bit confused there. It's like, why did she need Kenobi to get close to Vader? She was close to Vader all the time already.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I kind of just gloss over some of that stuff because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I know you kind of have to enjoy it, which is what I do too. I agree. But the question here on the table, Mike, for you is, what do you think about her right now? Do you consider her a good guy or a bad guy, or you don't? Either way,
I think she skirts the line. I think she walks the line, but I think she would lean more to bad. I think she'd lean more to bad.
Well, because they doubled down on. Obviously, they wanted us to kind of be more sympathetic to her plight because we find out she's a youngling, but then also too, then they double down at the end with her having mercy on Luke. There's a perfect example too. We talk about how Luke doesn't know anything about any of this. How are we going to have him incorporated with any kind of Obi-Wan action and lightsaber stuff? He was being chased down by Reva and all that and running and stuff. And he saw everything that she was doing to Owen and Beru.
My excuse there is he got knocked out at the end of that.
So what that
memory
got
loss.
amnesia now?
Amnesia, yeah.
Bad dream.
Fine.
Lump on the head.
That's the only one I have an excuse for.
I'll buy it for $1. Okay, whatever.
I mostly want to know how Reva survived Order 66. Because in the flashbacks, multiple times they show Anakin swinging at her as if she's being executed.
Well, she said she didn't die. She didn't explain her injuries specifically, but she said she faked being dead amongst her dead Padawan friend or youngling friends.
Right.
That's how she said she escaped. But the question still is, how 10-year-old daughter, 10-year-old girl, whatever she was at that time, I'm assuming 10. How did a 10-year-old girl not only survive that by obviously hiding among dead younglings, but when did she go? Oh, she got up and she scurried away, and then where'd she go? I mean, there's just.
And then she went to Darth Vader like a few months later and be like, "Hey, can
I get a gig?"
We'll wait for that.
The contradictory part to that is I do remember her saying she hid amongst the other dead younglings.
Yeah.
But it was in the last episode when they showed Anakin being face to face with her.
Right.
Looking like
that's
he's
the way I
down. So it went backwards a little bit.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because if they showed a flashback of him striking her down, and then later she mentioned how she pretended to be dead, it just the way it played out it made it look confusing, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, some real poor writing that could have been better. If that, like you said, Tyler, if they cared more, I think they could have done a better job. But I think they're really just trying to pump it out and rely on our nostalgia of not only loving Obi-Wan, but loving Ewan McGregor in particular, and obviously all of us pining for more of that content. And they rush it out. And then I think, did you post that post, Tyler, that Mandalorian's 8 episodes, Boba was 7. Obi-Wan 6. What's happening here? Why are we getting less and less of this stuff we love? It should be the opposite.
Hey, and that's mostly the issue with all the quirky stuff, because it's because the shows are so short. We shouldn't be getting any sort of weird filler action.
Agreed.
I don't need a 10-minute Leia chase scene running from adults, like how we talked about.
Yeah. Yes,
like
exactly. We did talk about that. Yeah. And another thing I wanted to mention too, because Patrick mentioned this a couple episodes ago about how you can apparently get run through with a lightsaber and survive now, like she did with the Inquisitor. And I didn't say it during the episode, but every time I listen to the episode after now, I think, man, that would have been a perfect time for me to call out Tyler and been like, Tyler's got to be so mad at how Qui-Gon died, because basically the same thing just happened to Reva. And
everyone else is surviving.
Yeah.
Steven had a comment that Yoda used the Force a lot during his battles. More so
I was
going to
mention that.
Yeah. And like, I forget a lot. I mean, holy cow, how many out there's 11 or whatever? If you throw in Han Solo and Rogue One,
No, I think there's 13, right?
As far as movies.
Yeah, we got nine in the series. Then we got Clone Wars, which was a motion picture. That's 10. Rogue One, 11. Solo Story, 12. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 12, yeah.
As a comment to Steven, I think Yoda he really used the Force in his battles as a defense. He never really fought with the Force per se.
I think he was just commenting on that when Mike was like, he never saw such a show of power before.
Right.
It was more.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So appreciate that input once again, Steven. So anyway, all right, Mike, here's the moment of truth. Don't pull a Johnny here, okay? 1 to 10, the series as a whole. What do you give it?
As a whole, I would give it a 9.
Oof.
Would you oof?
It's really hard with something so drastically wrong and then so amazing at the end. It's hard to give it a whole vibe, because if I tell you it's a 7, you're gonna think the series might not be that good, or a 6. But the last episode's almost perfection to me, but the rest of it is like a 6.
Yeah.
So
oh
what
my
do I
God.
give it, an 8?
I'm gonna say oof to that last episode is almost perfection to you too. That's rough. But
I had fun with it. It was great.
That's the biggest point. Let's end it on a positive note. I think we all had fun with it. Would you agree with that, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to add this too, Mike, and this is chiming on Mark's review, and you commented as well. I definitely enjoyed this more than Boba Fett, or I'd say equal to Boba Fett. I got equal complaints. But they both kind of paid off in the end, kind of both did the same thing to me throughout, but then kind of paid off at the end, so it was fine. But man, Mando, I think, is, especially season 1, season 2, not season 1, especially season 2 of Mando, I think is way better than this. That's not even close in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say one more time. I'm going to say, and to end this on a positive. No, Mike, just get back to watching all the Star Wars. Just put everything else on hold. Yeah. Join me and Tyler.
You keep telling them about all the Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not a Star Trek fan. at all.
I don't think he's watched one of my reviews yet. Have you, Mike?
I always forget what they are.
Well, you can just refer back to the episode. There's a segment I put on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's called What
Yeah.
Kevin Watched. It's about a 10-minute snippet of what I watched.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, snippets real quick before we go into the next segment, did anyone watch the recap segment that I did this week?
Yes. It was awesome. I think I commented on it.
Oh, did you? I didn't see it. I didn't see it yet. Okay.
I think I did, or I thought about doing it. Yeah, it was genius. I loved it.
Nice. Thank you. I was worried because it really, obviously it's real quick and all over the place, but
Yeah.
I wanted to get that out there and I had fun with it. I literally probably spent a half an hour making that 30-second segment.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it 30 seconds?
Yeah,
seemed like
exactly.
it was 8.
It was like maybe 30 point something in seconds, but it's real short. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. So overall, we all thought Obi-Wan was definitely an enjoyable experience. Mike loved it.
Yep.
Me and Tyler are a bit torn, but liked it as well. And just fixed stuff. Hopefully, people start, bigwigs start paying attention to Xcellar Comics and, take our advice to just, do more due diligence and do your homework and write better and take your time. I would rather wait a year after they talk about when it's going to be released, like it's a year later, like they originally say it's going to be out in 2021, wait another year to 2022 and have it be better rather than them rushing it out to meet deadlines and stuff like that. I don't know, All right, Mike, are you ready? Man, I gotta take a breather here. I'm having Johnny's burger flashbacks right now with I think the last time I got so intense with a Star Wars conversation, it was with Johnny.
Yeah.
So
I think you guys are a little more critical of the Star Wars stuff than I am. So I think that's where our differing point of views are.
Which it's ironic then how much
I'm more passionate.
We love it. Yeah, passionate's better. Yeah. Because we love it so much. Yeah. Which we know you love it too. Yeah. You just got other things going on too as well. So anyway, you're on deck here, Mike. You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
Get to it.
All right. Sweet.
All right. So it is now time for the profits window to close.
All right.
So we have, you want to check the comments? I know we had Steven submit his guess. And
yep. Looks like Steven was still the only one.
Okay. So his choices were, he picked Venom Lethal Protector number 3, X-Men Red number 4, and DC versus Vampires Killers 1B are his choices. And are you ready for number 3? What do you guys think number 3 is?
Number 3 is Monstrous.
Same.
Oh,
Department of Truth. Number 19 by Martin Simmons. And this had 6 votes. Now
okay. Sorry.
Yeah, this is amazing. I figured this would get quite a few votes because it's real striking. We all love bald eagles and the Stars and Stripes. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, and when you put that up the weekend before 4th of July, it's I was actually going to pass over it, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because it's so close to the 4th. So anyway,
there's a really neat companion cover to this with a bear, and the Russian cover or Russian colors, or the Soviet Union, because I think this is all during the Cold War.
Yeah.
But it's a 1 in 50, so that's a hefty variant to pick up just to make a cool pair. That's a bit frustrating. Why would they do that?
Are they literally connecting, or are they just a cool pair?
It's just a cool pair, but the bear is facing inwards. So if you put them side by side, it kind of looks like,
Yeah, gotcha. Oh man, yeah, I want that now. You have a picture of it by chance? No.
Oh, not on here. I'll put it up on the Xcellar page, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah,
it's really great, but it's a 1 in 50. So at the very least, you're looking at $50.
Probably $50. Yeah.
Man, it's going to be 60, 70. Who knows? So I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they annoy me like that.
Did you pick this one, Tyler?
I did not.
Okay.
Nope. This is Kevin, Jesse, Lexi, Marcus, and Tyler. Tyler, you picked this.
What?
That's one of the reasons I love having Tyler on the show, because he pulls off some memory fails just like you.
Yeah, I have it right here, Ty. Lethal.
I just looked at it as well because I wanted to dispute you.
Oh man, you make me nervous. Like, I try not to make mistakes.
Apparently, I changed my mind in the past 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it makes me nervous if I make a mistake. If there's a competition going on. All right, here we go with number 2.
Hey, hold on one sec.
Okay,
I was just looking through the comments, so that takes Steven out of it again, right?
It does, unfortunately. But I love the fact that he's trying. It's fun.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I really want you to win.
I'm pulling for him.
I just also wanted to mention too, because I noticed we missed a Patrick comment. Sorry, Patrick. We're doing our best to do this all on our own without a couple of important factors. But he commented that who the original Tick was. When you were saying about the old school one, it was Peter Serafinowicz. I'm pronouncing that wrong. He played the Tick, and he's also the voice of Darth Maul. So that's kind of a cool connection too. Yeah. Peter Serafinowicz. Yeah. But I remember that he had that show. He looked very clothy too. He was like it looked like a material outfit, as opposed to this Tick. It's like really armory, So anyway, continue. Sorry about it.
That's right. All right. In at number 2 is Monster 41.
Almost nailed it.
Almost. So Sana Takeda is the artist. I hope I am pronouncing her name correctly. This whole series has amazing artwork. She's an amazing artist.
I've started subscribing to it just because of the art. I really have no intention of reading it anytime soon. This is one of those very few that I've just started subscribing because I've seen yours so many times, and I'm like, man, it's so gorgeous. I got it. Yeah. So I'm like, I just pulled the trigger and added it to my sub list.
Yeah, I have all 41 issues. I haven't read them.
So you're apparently the same as me.
Yeah, I intend on reading. Number 1, it increased in value so quickly. I didn't want to read my copy because it's like double size. It's real thick. I did get the Image First's copy of it, so I have no excuse anymore on why I haven't read it. Got some catching up to do. So this ended up with 7 votes, and we have Emily, Patrick, Jesse, Ayla, Lexi, Tyler, and Cora was sleeping before the show, so I ended up asking my mother-in-law to vote because she has strictly artwork is what she's voting on.
Yeah.
We have biases here and there, and she selected this one as well.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted that. I needed her to vote. I needed a number of votes.
Yeah, gotcha.
So number 2 here. And this book is kind of like Saga in a way that as far as the creative team goes. You have
Been consistent throughout.
Marjorie Liu is the writer, and she's written every issue, and Sana Takeda is the artist, and she does all the artwork. So it's just two creators on this book for 41 issues.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, they take breaks. Yeah. Yeah. Wish more creators were able to do that.
Yeah.
All right, and finally at number 1, and this should come as a surprise to no one. You guys want to vote? You want to guess? With me saying it should surprise nobody that this is number 1.
Lethal Protector.
Detective. Yeah.
Liber Mayo. I've said it before. If I put a Liber Mayo cover up here, it's gonna be number 1.
Yeah.
Even. Just so
good.
You may have missed that episode a while ago. I said if I put a Liber Mayo up here,
yeah, there you go. There's a hint for at least one next time, Steve.
Yeah, I think his run on Detective is coming to a close, though. But it's hard to pass his stuff up. I mean, it's just.
I actually don't think I picked this one, did I?
No.
You know why?
It was difficult to understand what was going on quickly. You had to study it.
No. I just don't like how, and obviously I know why it is an upside down perspective, but I just don't. The art is great, obviously, but I just don't like that it's in essence, in my opinion, upside down. It's like if you make a Spider-Man cover where he's hanging upside down, even though that's the way it should be. It's just not my. I don't know why. But.
Yep.
But I love it. It's definitely a great cover, and I knew that's what you were going to say is number 1 because it's so gorgeous. But it's not my gig.
Yeah, so this had 10 votes. Johnny's Burger, Patrick, Valor, myself, Jesse, Ayla, Lexi, Tom, Marcus, and Emily.
Gotcha. So, nice.
Yeah, said quite a few. So,
can you put up the 10 real quick?
I didn't do the 10. I just did the top 3. I didn't submit the top 10 to you. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just talking about the graphic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
you went with Wolverine patch, I think, was your.
The only, and obviously I love the Killers, homage, cover to my boy, but yeah, I was. Patch I thought was great, and I was torn on Obi-Wan as well.
I was gonna say I'm personally not a fan of those types of covers for Obi-Wan.
Oh, really? That's probably why I didn't pick it too, because I'm not a big fan of those kinds either.
Yeah, I like these because it's a theme.
That is nice when they do that. That's a theme. Yeah, I agree.
So you can build a nice set. But
right.
With that one, I think that one got votes not because it's a really great Obi-Wan cover, but because it's Obi-Wan, and it's just that's the bias. Like Marcus looked at it and he's such a fan, and we're watching the show. He's like, well, definitely that one.
That's the same reason the Lethal Protector got my vote. I had to think about that for a minute, but I'm such a fanboy I picked it because I don't think it's in particularly that great of a cover.
Yeah.
I think the police officers are my favorite part, just the way how well drawn they are. I really like that part of it. I did vote for the Lethal Protector one myself. And Kevin, you were the only one to vote for Wolverine. Scorched had 0 votes.
Yeah, I really didn't dig that cover much at all. Yeah.
It was kind of the negative space thing that.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. Did you share that Scarlet Witch cover, or was that Patrick recently?
That was Patrick.
Patrick.
That put me in mind of that immediately. So I kind of appreciated the artistic, vibe that was going on, but overall I didn't dig it. I need to apparently read it because I have no idea who that is.
It's John Tyler Christopher. He's No. You mean Scorched?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scorched. Yeah.
I was torn on the Superman cover as well.
I was totally thinking about Tom.
I kind of like the cover. With obviously you can tell what's going on. He's turning and running and flying away.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't really get past the fact that there's 4 Supermans on it.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept, but I didn't quite dig it, I guess.
I think there have been other covers that try to do that same thing that are done better. This one, yeah, I thought for sure this was Johnny's Burger and Tom all day long.
Yeah.
Tom didn't vote for this one. Tom didn't vote for it.
I was totally thinking about Tom with it, as far as just looking for an action cover, something going on, So that's probably what steered me away from Obi-Wan as well, and that's part of the reason I don't really dig those covers that much, unless they're a theme and I'm trying to collect them all, But but that whole action on the cover really gets me. So anyway,
that's what you want. Yeah, you want action.
Yeah,
it's kind of static picture there. So
yeah.
All right, Steven, better luck next week. I really hope you pull it off. And
I think he's hinting, thanking you for your tip. So hopefully he doesn't completely bomb next time.
Yeah, it's going to be up to us. Obviously everybody sends me their selections privately. I'm the only one that sees everything until it's all revealed. Hopefully we're able to pull it off. If I put a Bermejo up there,
yeah, that would really be
get tired. I don't like this one.
What would be the worst case scenario for that? And God forbid, Steven, is if you pick 3, you include Bermejo with it, and that's the only one of the 3 you don't get right, because that's the only week that doesn't win for us. That would be a tragedy. Yeah. I'm going to say right now, if that happens, I'm sending Steven one of the top 10 anyway.
The Bermejo cover.
Yeah, exactly. That one in particular.
That would be the only stipulation, since they didn't legitimately get all 3. He would get that one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's just a Steven offer. That's not for everybody. All right. But yeah, still good job again, Mike. So
thanks.
Hey, Tyler, are you unboxing right now or something? Or are we interrupting you?
Hey, don't mind us.
I had
Tyler.
an idea for something I don't want to forget.
Okay, because I wanted to.
I technically am unboxing.
Okay.
I wanted to take a minute real quick. I did this before the show to compliment Tyler on his hockey hair. I think in case you can't tell, he's a hockey fan. He actually plays hockey on a league, so he's pulling off the hockey hair nicely. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, and I for the people that aren't aware, for the next episode or the next segment we've got coming up, they're aware of Tyler in the intro. Now they're experiencing Tyler for the first time on the show, possibly. So it's fun to have Tyler here with the next intro coming up. And so let's. I got a couple things to say about once we get started with that. Though, are you guys ready for that?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Tyler,
I can't remember where we are. Yeah, Tyler's ready.
I'm ready.
Actually, no. We're sticking with comics. I did it again. I said the wrong thing again. I didn't do the wrong thing again, but we're sticking with comics. I'm going to shift that in my timeline here so I don't do it wrong again. But I think Tyler's got to chime in on this one too. So let's get to it. All right. Tyler, I know you had a last-minute addition on this one.
Did I?
Yeah. You sent me a last-minute email on this one, right?
I think so.
So why don't you go ahead and lead off on today's? How's that sound?
Is it the what I read?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You want to run down how the get it or forget it?
Okay, yeah. So the way it works, Ty, is, obviously you pick a book you read and you review it, and basically the review tiers are 5-star in essence is must have. 4 stars, get it. 3-star is you don't feel one way or the other. 2-star is forget it. And 1-star is a hard pass. Okay, so those of you try to stick to that when you come to your ultimate conclusion after you tell us about the book. Okay.
Okay.
All right, but here you go.
I tried to. My memory is kind of lacking, but I'll do the best I can here.
Okay. You are my son.
I skimmed back through it, and there's quite a lot that happens.
Okay.
But the brief summary is, can't remember the guy's name, but he's obsessing over Carnage's work, with being a serial killer and a villain. And he tries to emulate how he murders people, kind of like making it artwork rather than just pure brutality. And then Carnage finds him and he's kind of perplexed with this guy's obsession. That's all I really have there about that. And because it kind of goes back and forth on timelines. And then he meets this boy towards the end, because Carnage he's kind of confused as to what he wants to do with himself right now. I don't think he has like an objective in mind. And he meets this boy that is being bullied at school. And then when the boy finds out who Carnage is, he kind of hires Carnage, per se, to go beat up these bullies and scare them. But then he obviously kills all of them and murders them in a nasty way. And then the kid doesn't feel good about it. And then he kind of makes Carnage feel poorly about what he did. So it kind of seems like he's trending in a way to where he wants to be kind of like a lethal protector in a sense. And then it goes away.
Goes away.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. That's all I can remember.
I didn't realize that David Michelini was writing this. I like him, but I'm not a huge Carnage fan now. It looks like I need to look into that.
But I kind of have 2 ratings. I would definitely say it's a get it. Like a 4 if you love Carnage already. But I don't think you're going to be swayed from a story perspective if like Dad, you're not a huge Carnage fan, so I wouldn't say absolutely get it for you. I'd probably say it's probably a 2 from your eyes.
You're muted, Kevin. Now you're frozen.
Am I good?
So I guess if I was giving it a real overall rating, it's probably a 3.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. There we go.
Jeez. That's some Exorcist looking moves right there. Holy cow.
What I think I said while you guys couldn't hear me was just, I think that's a fair way to do it anyway, Ty. I think we all kind of disclaim ourselves a little bit with that every time, that if you're a big, fan of what it is, it's up to a must have, but we kind of teeter between 2 based on whether you're a fan of the content.
Like, I don't think it's good enough to where it's going to make a new fan.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. You've definitely started to sway me in my life, appreciating Carnage art more. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely not a character fan, so.
Yeah, that's the original grab for me, was how cool I think he is.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's a very brutal being.
Right. But it sounds like from what you're saying with the story too, is he's kind of considering leaning into more of a kind of a
like an anti-hero
kind of mode too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's weird they would do that. That's what they did with Venom, right? I mean,
yeah.
Somebody's got to stay bad.
Right.
There's it's on the 4th book now, I think, is coming out next week. Don't quote me. So I still got a lot more to read.
Okay. And we actually are selling this book on. Wait, or did you get this off of the Whatnot show off of us?
No, I bought it the week
Okay.
it came out off the wall.
Yeah, is this the second? This is the second printing too, right? Is this the second printing? No.
No, it's the regular number one.
I've got the second printing of this for sale on the Very Variant show, right? Yeah. I'm going to run it one more time, I think, this week. And
I did buy a variant. I got it right here. Because usually, at least with Carnage and Venom, I always get a variant of pretty much of every book. And I like this one a lot. Carnage has got Spider-Man and Venom by the neck and a bunch of dead Avengers on the bottom.
here, let me see. Hold
You got
on.
You got to drop the overlay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let me see.
Oh.
That's. There we go.
You got some bad lighting over here.
Oh. Just tilt it
That
down.
is a pretty sick. That is a pretty sick cover, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of dead Avengers down here.
But yeah, you don't see any of them in at least the first book. So it's probably just
Yeah, that's the way variants are. They have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. My biggest frustration with that ever was when Fantastic Four re-released, and they had Fantastic Four covers for everything, and they were in like no stories, of course. Yeah, that was my first frustration.
Yeah, here's X-Men with Fantastic Four on the cover, just because.
I'm just kind of giving you guys a heads up now, but Patrick said he might be ready to jump in anytime. So I'm trying to keep an eye on his screen. I'm going to add him immediately as soon as well, let me put him in right now. I don't know if he can even talk yet, but he's got his pick up.
He's putting you in.
Patrick or Chelsea. All right, I'm just gonna take him off until until that it changes away from his pick. But he kind of gave me a heads up. He's 5 people away, so
sweet.
That'd be sick. So I'm gonna interrupt with that, regardless of who's talking.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's like breaking news.
Right? Yeah, exactly. All right, Mike, you want to go next?
Yeah. So I received my DCBS order yesterday. It was huge.
Me too, actually. Yep. Okay.
It was huge. They shipped it in a diamond box. There was so many books in there, but this is I got this yesterday, and I was excited to get it. This is The Passageway by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. I think they really work well together. And I missed the free comic book day book for this what is it, the Boneyard Mythos or something like that. I can't remember. It's down there in the corner, but I missed that. So I don't know if that leads into this at all.
Yeah, this was one of your. I think this is one of yours Beyond the Lookouts, right?
Yeah. Because this whole world they're building is they're slowly doing it in comic book form and books like this, which is this is a hardcover graphic novel version or part of the story. So it's going to be put out in different forms over the next couple of years. So this we've got. There's a. I have a few pictures here. So there's a lighthouse, and on the island or on the rock that the lighthouse is on, this huge hole forms. So John, who is a Canadian geologist, part of the Canadian Geological Society, comes there to investigate it, see if he can figure out what it is. They throw rocks down there, and there seems to be no bottom. He sends down a drone, and when it gets down there pretty far, a lot of birds come flying out and kind of wreck it and stuff like that. So it kind of crashes. So he's going to get it the next day. The lighthouse is occupied by someone called Sal, or Sally's her full name, and she's been there for 25 years as the lighthouse keeper.
Okay.
So that night he's sleeping, and he kind of looks out the window. She sleeps up in the lighthouse by the light, and he looks outside, and she's just out there looking real creepy and real sketchy. So real evil look in her eyes and stuff, and it freaks him out. So he kind of hides, goes looking for her the next day, and he's over by the hole. He's over by the hole, and she sneaks up behind him, cracks him in the leg, and pushes him down into the hole. And he falls down and lands. And then from that point, it just goes insanely off the rails crazy. Really hard to describe what's going on. I'll leave it for everybody that's a fan of Jeff Lemire and Sorrentino's to go read it for yourself.
Okay.
It's out there. It's really crazy. He has those flashbacks. He had tragedy. It looks like his mother had drowned when he was a child. So he has flashbacks of that. Yeah, it's. I think more will come to light as the next volume comes out. This kind of wraps up, but doesn't wrap up. It's very confusing to me. One thing I thought was kind of cool was right here in that center. That's his phone, and the screen saver on his phone is actually the cover for
Primordial
book. Primordial number 3 that Jeff Lemire and Sorrentino had done. I thought
that's cool. You love little Easter eggs like that. Yeah.
Neat little Easter egg he stuck in there.
Yeah.
So it was it's really good. The artwork is phenomenal. And for someone like me that buys everything Jeff Lemire, it's a must-have for me. It's a must-have for Jeff Lemire fans. But for someone that's not really a diehard fan of his, it might be a pass. It's a horror also, so you've got to be a fan of Jeff Lemire, a fan of horror, or a fan of Sorrentino's artwork, and kind of Twilight Zone-y stuff, unexplainable things happen.
Yeah, I was going to ask that if it was horror-y or sci-fi or which way it leaned or whatever, but
yeah, it's more horror than
okay.
Yep. So kind of like Tyler, I put caveats on it. You know, if you're a fan of this, and this, it's a must-have. If you're not, I would probably say it's a forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I appreciate that because I was thinking, man, this might be some. Because you know what this reminded me of?
What's that?
Open Range. Remember the show where big hole appeared? Yeah.
And as I was reading it, it really had an M. Night Shyamalan feel to it as far as how it seemed like everything was kind of quiet. And I don't know if anybody else gets that from his movies. You know, there's a lot of quiet talking and slow paced stuff until the action picks up. So that's kind of the feeling that I got as I read this.
Okay.
That, if they ever make this into a movie, I would want M. Night to be at the helm on directing it.
Okay. Say that it's the last part again. I'm sorry.
He would really get the atmosphere of what I was getting when I read it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely love M. Night stuff for that same kind of thing too. But yeah, if it wasn't horror-y. But so anyway, looks like Pat's not quite ready. Mike, you can add Pat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to have you pay attention to him,
right,
while I'm doing my review. So if that changes from his profile pic, just put him up, you know.
Yep.
But I'll get into mine real quick. This is one that I think I reviewed 2 other issues of it. Crimson Reign number 5. This is the final issue of Crimson Reign, and I've said it, I think, every time I reviewed it, that I really like this story a lot, and I recommend it to you in particular, Tyler, because I know you like the Solo story a lot, and this book starts where Solo's story ended. If you want to kind of have that as a way to get into it, but Kira's the kind of the leader of Crimson Reign, and she's basically, vying for power against the Empire. And I don't really want to spoil what happens in this final issue, but I can tell you this, that, okay, here we go. Hey, Mike.
I actually did read into the first one of 2 pages about how she's doing a lot of
That's so good. There's nobody else.
You gonna put him center, Kev?
Yeah. I started panicking.
We've been open for like 5 seconds.
Who is
Look at that. Walt Simonson's on our show. We've officially made it.
Okay.
So
We're
is
looking through somebody's hair, though. There we go.
look at Patrick's got a stack.
Apparently that one's up. Is it?
There's a capper on it.
Somebody asked about it, so I went and looked on the web, and I couldn't. I found one pretty expensive copy, but it was out of print. And even used books, so we didn't seem to have any.
We're live on location at Heroes Con. Nice. There's
Yeah, I am too.
one of our favorite hosts, Patrick,
With one of our favorite writers and artists.
and one of our favorite writers and artists, Walt Simonson. His lovely wife, Chelsea, on camera. Looks like Walt's holding up.
Oh, there he is.
Great guy.
Can't see it.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Hang loose.
Hey,
We have a podcast, and I was trying to get them up and give them a shot up, but I don't think it's working. It's Xcellar if you want to try. I don't know if
What's it called?
Xcellar Comics.
Xcellar Comics.
Xcellar Comics.
Hey, Xcellar Comics. Outstanding.
hey,
Hey.
awesome.
I think they did hear it. They got to see you in Baltimore last year, so
Oh,
they're
okay.
big fans too. So
All right.
I really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it. Thanks,
much.
Walt.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for lugging this stuff around.
Thanks again. All right.
Nice.
Wow.
I'll get back on in a minute. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
All right.
thanks, Pat.
That was cool.
Man.
The timing was crazy because right when you're like calling my name as he's on there, Cora had come in asking me a question.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, quickly, I have to pay attention to this. Oh no.
and then I left my pickup because I'm worried about getting the pictures in the right spot, but I left my
Yeah.
He's making
Why-
me regret not going to say hi to Rick Leonardi.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah. Yeah. We're big Leonardi fans, so at least I
Yes.
am. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My attraction to him is Spider-Man 2099, and I had the first issue there with me.
Oh man, you got to do those kind of things. You're gonna regret that later, buddy.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I get starstruck.
I'm the same way. I know
It just feels awkward walking up and be like, "Hey, I'm a random person. Can you sign my book?"
I feel the same exact way. Trust me. But I what I will say this is I feel that way kind of going up to him, and then in the interaction, I'm totally uncomfortable, and like you said, starstruck as well. But then I can tell you every time afterwards, I'm so happy I did it.
Yeah, and it's kind of too like a lot of my deeper character fanmanship is based off appearance. I don't really know much about 2099.
Yeah.
So if he asks me about it and wants to talk about it at all, I'll be like, I just think he looks cool, man.
Hey,
So
that's
I
perfect.
feel like that'd be really awkward.
That's a perfect answer. I guarantee he gets it all the time. Yeah.
Because he draws it, he doesn't write it. So
Yeah.
you can say, the writing's trash. I'm all about the art.
Yeah. But that's the big thing that I do to kind of put myself at ease with it. I mean, in that, when they do those kind of things in that environment, they get all kinds of people of all different personalities and shapes and sizes. There's no wrong way to be or a way that would turn them off or make them think that it, you know, as long as you're nice and you know you're not an idiot or an a-hole, you know, I think they love it, you know, especially if you're just there, especially you get starstruck. I think they really like that too, you know.
Yeah.
And they know how to handle that kind of stuff too, you know.
He's obviously had years of practice of meeting people, so.
Yeah, exactly. So I was gonna say, like literally right now, I'm like grinning so hard my cheeks are hurting. I don't know whether I'm happier about what just happened with what Patrick did for the show with Walt, or when Johnny showed up randomly. I don't know which got me more excited there for a second.
What star is having a greater effect on you, Johnny's Burger or Walt Simonson?
Right. But that was great. I can't wait until Patrick actually is able to watch the episode too and experiences that from our perspective, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe for other viewers, and including me, can you explain who that was?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So he's and this is from my perspective. Mike will get in it more deeply, I'm sure. But Walt Simonson's the quintessential Thor, artist, and he didn't write anything. It was just all art, right?
No, he wrote it.
He wrote it too? Okay.
Yeah, I think he had when you say stuff like this, you kind of have to take the Stan and Kirby stuff instead of the side, and it can't be a part of this conversation.
Okay, yeah.
It's so important. But yeah, Walt's run on Thor, I think, is the most important run and probably the most well-loved run on Thor. He wrote it, and he did the artwork for it. There were a couple times I think he had a couple stand-ins for a few issues here and there, but yeah, it's one of the best Thor runs out there.
And his wife, I was telling about his wife, Mike.
Yeah, Louise. She's a writer, and she was involved with the Death of Superman storyline. I think actually there was an interview. I can't find footage of it. I saw it years ago, where they're trying to they're in a Superman meeting and they're trying to discuss storylines and stuff like that. And I think she's the one that said, "Why don't we just kill the son of a gun?" And everyone was like, "There's an idea," and they did. But she is co-creator for, I think, Power Pack. Her and Walt worked on X Factor together. He drew
they do some New Mutants too.
She wrote New Mutants. I think he may have done a couple issues here or there. But yeah, his biggest thing is Thor. It's he did a run on Fantastic Four also. He's pretty much done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, basically, Ty, if you see any Thor that you'd recognize older than 10 years old, you'd probably thinking of Walt's work. Yeah. It's all great. Yeah.
The omnibus of his work, it's hundreds, $300-$400 for those things. It's actually probably cheaper to get the singles, even with the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, which that's the big book in that series.
Yeah.
It's a few $100s. I don't have it.
And me and Mike met Walt, 3 years ago now, right, Mike?
Yeah, 3 years ago. Him and Luis were at the Baltimore.
Yeah, and I don't know whether you remember this or not, Ty, but I actually have a comic book that Ayla created of Thor and Iron Man.
Uh-huh.
And Walt signed. I had Walt sign that.
Oh, really?
And he signed to Ayla, great job, or to Ayla, great work, Walt Simonson, because it was her drawings of Thor. It was awesome.
That's cool. I got to see that.
Yeah. So anyway, and that's the other thing too. Aside from everything we just said, or I said, Mike said, it's he's a great guy. He was not only very personal. I mean, you can obviously see Patrick is.
You can tell with how he just treated Patrick. Yeah,
exactly. And the cool thing that Patrick mentioned earlier is while you're waiting in line, if he gets up to take a water break or stretch his legs, he'll walk down the line of people and socialize with everybody in line up into and including we were last in line, I think, weren't we, Mike, when we were waiting
close
for him?
to it.
Yeah, he came all the way back and signed stuff for us in line, and we got pictures with him and everything. It was awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he doesn't charge for his signatures.
Yeah.
They ask him and Luis ask that you make a donation. They have a charity there that you can make donations to. He'll charge for sketches because that takes more of his time. But yeah, just really, really, you can tell they really appreciate the fans.
Yeah.
I think Rick was charging. I saw a board.
Yeah, it seems it's uncommon for them not to charge now.
Yeah.
That's why he's kind of pointing that out with Walt. So it's everybody charges, right?
And if they don't, they'll say first 2 are free, and after that, it's $5 or $10 or whatever. And I say, I mean, you know, when you start getting,
you don't want somebody bringing up 30 books.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to watch that too. Yeah, that's one thing. It's like, you know, you got to realize there are other people in line. You can't just bring someone that's been writing for 40 years. You can't bring up a whole stack and
Yeah.
Right. Bring his entire line of Thor up to the desk.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's a big run. Yeah, pick and choose.
Whew. That was great though. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get back.
We're going to Baltimore this year, so we'll have to do some more of that.
Yeah, when is that?
October.
I think I talked to Dad. I definitely want to try to plan to go there with you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely, you got to go. I'm going Friday and Saturday. I probably won't go Sunday. I get everything done Friday as far as meeting artists and creators.
and I usually just go Saturday.
Yeah, Friday it's not very crowded. It's just easier to navigate. So I'll be going both days. So if you want to go Friday with me and then Saturday with both of us, or just Saturday, you know, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And Ayla definitely, she always wants to come now too. She literally calls Baltimore Comic-Con the best days of her life.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So you were talking about this comic book here.
Oh yeah, who cares about this now?
Right.
So anyway, this is a great story though. I liked it a lot. Even if you aren't a Star Wars fan, I think this is a get it. It's really a strong story. But yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, in my opinion, this is a must-have. Unless you particularly hate Kira for some reason, because she is the main portion of this book. But I like her, you know, and I don't hate Solo Story, but like I said, I think Tyler loved that movie too, which she's obviously a big part, and that's where you kind of get to know her. So if you jump into this without watching that, you might need some adjustment time. But overall, strong story. And what I started to say before we got interrupted was I won't end how this ended exactly, except this is actually a trilogy involved in the War of the Bounty Hunters. So War of the Bounty Hunters was in essence part 1 of this big trilogy. Crimson Reign is part 2. And oh man, see, taking notes. Didn't take the notes.
Didn't I give you one of these?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Last week.
Can I ask you who that Sith guy is? The guy with the lightsaber and the cool mask?
That's Vader.
No, not on this cover, dingus. The guy part of Kira's team. He's as I got the book. I got all my books right here.
They are that I can't remember his name. It's nobody I've heard before. I've read this book, so I can't remember it right now. But he's a part of the Knights of Ren. Because basically what she's doing is she's getting all of the different warring factions.
Yeah, this guy.
Hold on, let me pull that up here real quick. He's a knight. He's one of the Knights of Ren. He's the leader of the Knights of Ren.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry.
Wow.
He's cool though. And he really plays a big part in the end too. I really liked him a lot. Oh, man.
In the back of that last issue, because I just bagged and boarded my copy and I flipped through. It does tell you when it continues this fall. I think it's this fall.
Yeah. What's the name of the third part of the trilogy though? Did you notice that?
I noticed it, but I forgot it.
Tag
And my book is in a box, which my table's sitting on, so I can't
something
even get
Dark
it out.
Empire or something. It's
Who's
something
on first?
Empire.
What's the name of the guy on third base? Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, great story. Definitely a get it for everyone. Must have for Star Wars fans. I enjoyed it a lot from beginning to end. Everybody, and it's a real nice, smooth, easy read too. Nothing complicated. Although the story's pretty complex, the way it's written, it really kind of flowed really well for me. So I enjoyed it a lot for that in general as well. So,
Well, I'm glad you said to watch, or that it follows Solo Story, because I watched that, but I would probably rewatch it and then read these 5 issues.
yeah. Definitely would be the best plan. So
I still have to get Maddie to watch Solo Story.
Oh yeah,
She wants to. We just haven't gotten there yet.
it's just so much, right?
Yeah.
I see. That's why I would probably not.
Sorry.
I would not waste time watching the movie. What did you recommend not watching, Kevin, that you watched last week? See, I've forgotten already.
Alone?
Oh, don't watch.
No, the one from this week.
Oh, yeah, Spiderhead.
Yeah, don't watch Spiderhead and then watch Solo Story.
Yeah, exactly. Don't waste your time with that. You'll be bitter. It's like, I could have watched.
You know how that goes. You tell me something so bad, I got to see it for myself.
You got to see why.
I want to understand.
I am serious though. I'm not joking. I'm very confident that if you do watch it, Tyler, you will be at the end. You'll be like, I should have listened. Man, what did I just watch? I can't. It's literally perplexing because the biggest reason is just how a movie like that gets made in general, in my opinion. Although obviously different strokes for different folks. I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that likes it, maybe even a bunch of people. But it's even more amazing for me that they got Chris and whatever the other kid's name is again.
Miles Teller.
Maybe it was like, okay, Chris, we'll let you do Thor. You can be Thor, but you got to make this Spiderhead movie.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
And he's like, all right, I want to be Thor. I guess I'll do this.
Yeah. So anyway. All right. Man, my cheeks are still sore from smiling about Walt. All right. Now we get into the fun one. But I got something to say after this starts, so don't get too nervous. But we'll just say in general. So I'll paint you into a corner here. Are you ready for the next one, Mike?
I'm ready for it. I don't know what it is because I lose track of where we are, but I'm ready. Yeah.
All right.
Bring it.
You got a deal. Are you for real?
That's some pretty good acting by that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And Mike's like, I'm out of here. I didn't realize this was going to be next. We're
doing this one.
I'm glad that came through. That's what I was going for. I was hoping it was the what we got.
No.
Because it's less work for me.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. You don't have any work to do. Okay.
Good, because that was going to be hard to run this solo.
Well, a couple reasons. Obviously, once again, I was sick this week. So I didn't get around to getting another lot going. So I failed on that. But then I thought, this last week's lot was awesome anyway. So let's give it another week.
Yeah,
no joke. It's our best lot so far. And then lastly, without Patrick this week, it would double the workload on you trying to get through it all. So I'm like, it's a good week to let's just review. And then, we're just going to leave us up on the screen. And I don't think you were here. I mean, yeah, I know Mike or Ty wasn't here.
Right.
But when you're doing your diligent value research, you don't really get to comment on too much. So I'm just going to flash through what the lot is real quick again.
Okay.
If you got anything new you want to chime in on, I'm sure the people that might be interested in this would like to hear that.
Yeah, I can easily say that this week I still want that Daredevil book like I did last week.
Right. And excuse me, sorry.
What's that?
to remind people, this is the mystery lot that we opened last week. And we came out with a value of $118 on recent eBay sales research. And it's a great lot. I think Johnny's Burger even commented on how he feels like whoever had this lot he could be friends with. And I agree. Right. It's a great lot. But anyway, we got Batman 370. Great cover.
Yeah, I like the down shot angle of that.
Then we got this Batman 3 Jokers. Great book. That's book 3. We got Master of the Universe Revelation, number 1. If you didn't pick that up, actually didn't read that, but it's a great cover. And then this one became a star of the show. This one became a star of the show. Tyler, did you see the edit that Patrick did with your face on this cover?
No.
Oh, man, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I hung it up in Xcellar. Well, I mean, Tyler's never there.
So, Tyler, if you know this guy, he's saying here.
I'm going to send it to him.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Unfortunately, the fans can't see it online here. I mean, I can email it to you real quick.
But that's Justice League International number 20. Then we got Huntress number 9. Then we got G.I. Joe Special Missions number 4. We got Deathlock number 3 versus Doom. And here's the Tick. Had this free comic book day, the Tick. That's what prompted me to add the Tick to what I watched.
Right.
Then we got Badger number 23. Got some reflecting going on in the glasses there. I think Johnny loves this cover. Then we got Amazing 275. Look at that, Ty. There you go.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Where
we got Superman 197. Another great cover. Then literally one I could stare at all day. Wonder Woman 65. Art Germ. Look at how awesome that is, Ty.
That is nice.
Yeah. Then we got one of Mike's favorites, Rabid World number 1.
Mm-hmm. He's joking, Tyler.
Then we do literally have one of Mike's favorites, literally. Thief of Thieves, number 23.
Yep, I like those.
Then a Patrick favorite, Savage Dragon 179. We got some good old school. Omega Man Annual number 1 from 1984. And we got Legion of Superheroes number 1 Annual from 82. And that's a great cover. Love that cover. Got Iron Man 2 Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1 one shot. New 52, Future's End, Green Lantern, New Guardians, number 1 one shot. And this is the lenticular. Can't really tell too much, but yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it worked.
Yeah.
For a second.
We got a cool Fantastic Four cover here. Number 9. Love that cover. We got Eclipso, number 3. Day Tripper, number 9 of 10. Another Patrick favorite, Mike Mignola, Alpha Flight 36.
I prefer his art style then when he was doing the Alpha Flight covers.
Yeah.
as opposed to his Hellboy stuff. His Hellboy
Yeah.
is just real blocky and
Yeah.
kind of.
It's definitely different. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely different.
And Arsenal, number 3, Mac's favorite. And then last but not least, the one that Mike is like, dadgum, why are we doing this another week? Because I want this book. Daredevil 159.
Yep. It's a Frank Miller book.
So it's a great lot. And once again, reminder, you can have this for $25 plus shipping, which is what we paid. But it's worth we got a comment there from Aggressively Relaxing. Nice. He saw us he's at Heroes Con.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Anyway, so we've got this lot we're selling for $25 plus shipping. When we originally opened this box, we did eBay research and valued it at $118. If anybody wants it, all you got to do is let me know, because only one person can get it, obviously, is by emailing me at yougotadeallotismine@gmail.com. All spelled out like it's one word. No spaces, no crazy.
No underscores.
Yeah, right. All right, you know what that means, Tyler?
What?
It means you're on deck.
Oh.
You ready to fill some big shoes?
Yeah.
All right. You sure? It looks like you're shopping whatnot right now.
Yeah, I know.
I just got banned from a stream.
Focus.
For what?
He had a Thor that I saw while he was scanning. I asked to see it, and I had the screen on mute. So I just typed in, "Can I see the Thor? How much?" And I unmuted him briefly because, he's not typing in chats, just to see if I could hear him for a split second.
Yeah.
And I heard him say it's $40. So I typed in, "Okay, no, thank you," and then remuted the stream. And then I blinked back over a minute later, and it said, "You're banned from the stream. Trolling, being disrespectful, and other bad behavior may lead to a permanent ban." So I was just sitting here kind of confused why I just got banned, because I didn't say, "Wow, that's too much," or "You're price gouging." I just said, "Okay, no, thank you." And then, so then I was going to try and message him, see what happened, because obviously he was probably trying to talk to me after.
Right, he may have said something that he may have taken wrong without you responding or whatever. Yeah,
he might have been saying, "What price do you want?" or
and you're ignoring
whatever.
him.
And I stopped responding, but I could have left the stream. Obviously not everybody's always fully divulged.
It does seem a little.
In your stream.
It does seem a little touchy. Yeah.
So I went to try and message him, but he's been since he banned me, I can't communicate with him whatsoever. So I just reported him for banning without cause. Because it's an actual option. Because it tells me that I could be banned from whatnot, and I want to put it on record that nothing happened here.
Yeah, that's good call. That's good call. You've officially caused more trouble with whatnot in much less time than I've been on it. So congratulations.
Right. Okay, explain to me how we got here at the police station. All right, first. I was watching this whatnot show.
All right, Tyler, though, for real. Stop looking at whatnot. You ready?
Yes.
You're on deck. This is serious business. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You know, it keeps glitching on my end a little bit. You guys see all that smoothly though?
Yeah, I see it smooth.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're glitching.
Okay, there's something obviously going on my end then. So that's fine though, as long as you guys don't see it and the viewers don't.
Mhm.
All right, Ty. So basically here, I'm just going to I'll put up pics in the order you sent them to me, and
Okay.
you can just talk about them. All right.
All right. Hopefully, I got something decent to say about them. So we got a bunch of upcoming figures.
Okay.
These are with the way they release stuff. It's kind of unknown when it's actually gonna come out.
Okay.
Some things they say it could come out in 2023, but then it could be here in December, or if it's supposed to come out in December, it could be here end of next year. You know, so this is a bunch of stuff that I'm looking forward to. So here's a prototype set of, or like a concept series they're starting.
Okay.
And then they got Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, obviously their original designs. They do have a prototype Boba Fett out as well. You know, the all white.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those. Yeah.
Um,
I'm not really a fan of this. Are you?
I'm not that crazy about it either, but I love appreciating their brainstorming.
Yeah, that is true. That's
the attraction to it to me.
So
Yeah,
these
that's
are
good.
prototypes of the initial.
Right. So when they were developing Star Wars, this is what Darth Vader and Obi-Wan originally looked like.
Yeah, that Obi-Wan's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darth Vader isn't too much better either.
Yeah, they definitely refined his aesthetics a little bit, but you know, it's obviously very similar.
Yeah.
And they didn't come up with the different color lightsabers yet.
Basically, what this is from, Mike, you're probably familiar with. Have you seen the old Luke, the original Luke that looks nothing like Luke?
Right,
Yeah, this is from that.
Well, it's funny that they would do this. It's like, okay, this is stuff that didn't make the final cut. Let's go ahead and give you that.
They actually
because they got people like me.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
They did a whole comic book based on all of this too. The original Star Wars. It's really a lot different. Nobody looks right.
Isn't like one of the original Star Wars posters too? Darth Vader looks like Darth Vader and everything's normal, but he's got a blue lightsaber.
I don't recall that.
I'll have to look up what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, and then we got this.
So another great Jedi they're finally releasing.
Yeah, they have this one a couple weeks ago too. Yeah.
They released her clone commander quite a while ago, Commander Bly. So it's nice that they're finally giving him his commander or general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny's Burger is going to complain unless you say the character's name.
Oh yeah.
This is Ayla Secura.
Yeah, Ayla Secura is currently on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got, who's this?
Then we've got a Jon Favreau special edition. I don't know too much story behind it, but I would assume that this is Jon Favreau's favorite character, and he wrote The Mandalorian. So they literally just put his face on Paz Vizsla. And I think it's pretty sick.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Because it's Jon Favreau. That's the draw for me for it. It's one of those gimmicky things. It's got
like I want the George Lucas Stormtrooper design figure too, like the disguise, like Luke.
Oh yeah, I definitely want that one. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, cool. Hey, I just want to chime in the middle of your show here too. I do this a lot. Who's the guy that does the voice for K2SO?
I do not know.
Resident Alien. What's his name?
Alan
Tudyk. Yeah. He was in the Tick too. He was he was a robot that was the artificial intelligence for one of the characters' boats. Danger Boat was his name. And I didn't realize this, though. Obviously, he's Resident Alien, and obviously we know him from Firefly. But then he was K2SO too. I didn't put all that together. He's like all over coolness. You know, I liked him a lot already. I like him a lot even more now. You know, and also he's Sully in iRobot, which is another great movie I love.
Oh, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Yeah, he does a lot of robot stuff, man. He's awesome.
Real quick, funny story. I went to the theater to see that. I ended up going by myself years ago before I met my wife. And you know, it's all about AI and stuff.
Yeah.
When I go to the restroom after that, the toilet flushes by itself. I go over to wash my hands. Everything is automatic. I put my hand, there's the soap. I put my water, there's the water. I'm getting freaked out because I just watched this movie about AI, and here the bathroom was all artificial intelligence.
That's another one of my favorite movies in general. Obviously, I'm a big Will Smith fan, and that's a big. I probably watch that movie once a month at least.
Yeah, I think that's if I were to, who wrote that book? Is that like an Asimov or something like that?
Yeah, I think
anyway,
that's
people that have read that book feel the same way about the movie that I do. I Am Legend. So poor Will Smith.
No, I heard no. I actually don't think you're remembering that correctly. Yeah, I think they've actually said they did a good job on that one from the people that know the book. I mean, I could obviously be wrong too, but my recollection is that people actually said that movie did a pretty good adaptation to the book. You know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If I'm completely wrong, I completely apologize to all listeners.
We'll discuss it next week. We'll find the answer. Continue, Tyler. Sorry.
All right, now back to Tyler's show. Who's this?
We have a what is that? 13th Battalion trooper. It's from the Fallen Order video game.
Okay.
Yeah, but we won't really have any appearances of this battalion anywhere else but that game, as far as my knowledge goes. Obviously, another trooper, and I want it.
Yeah. All right, who's this?
Then we have the I can't even read that much, but it's a trooper from the Clone Wars movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So same story there.
The animated?
Yeah, the animated movie, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Then we have some of my favorites coming up from the Republic Commando video game.
Did you solve that game? I've asked you that before, I know, but what did you say?
I have not yet.
That might be something we could do soon, because you can get that. I think that's free on the Xbox Live Arcade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have played through about half of it. I just life.
I went through about a quarter of it, I think. But yeah,
the Commandos, I think, look way more awesome than just the general clone trooper. So
agreed.
I've always had a fascination with them.
Yeah, me too. I like them a lot.
And then this is another part of that team. These are kind of way out there. His name's Sev, and he's the sniper on the squad. And all that splatter you see, that's actually blood.
What? That's not a paint job?
Yeah, he's a pretty gruesome figure.
What did you snipe somebody and they go dance?
I couldn't tell you the story behind why he doesn't clean his armor off, but that's how his image is most of the time.
We'll play the game and get back to it.
Yeah. We'll update you.
All right, what do we got here?
Then now we have on record of me telling you about this comic book line that they do with Black Series.
Okay.
So this is part of the Star Wars Infinities run. The story is kind of like Vader is fighting Luke on the second Death Star, and then Leia comes in to help him, finding out that, it's both of his kids there. He doesn't have the heart to, fight both of them, so he kind of turns back into a Jedi and then goes all white.
Oh, okay.
So that's a simplistic story. I don't know too much about it, but it's pretty
interesting.
Cool.
I'm gonna interrupt you again here, Ty. It's not my fault this time. We got greatness going on. What's up, Matt?
I'm gone for one show and somebody takes my spot. What's going on?
Hey man, that was awesome. I can't wait until you see. Hello, whoever's waving in the background. Oh, what's up, Valor? Hey.
I don't know how well that came across. Did it? Could you see him at all?
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, it looked good.
That's what I said. I can't wait till you can watch it from our perspective. I think you're gonna be really, really happy with how it turned out. Yeah.
I'm not sure if he understood the name. It sounded like he kept saying Xcellar. I was trying to point to my hat.
It came across pretty well. It sounded like you said it right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't mean to interrupt, Tyler. I'll hang out and
no, it's all good.
Watch your segment. I'll hang out for a little bit here in the background.
See if he does you right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm holding up your quality.
You're probably doing just fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, what we got here?
Then we have a Princess Leia line. This comic book line is about when after Alderaan explodes from the Death Star, she goes out to try to save other survivors of people from Alderaan originally.
I actually read this, and I have multiple copies of it. If you don't have any yet, and I'd be glad to share it with you.
Yeah,
it is a good story, and I enjoyed the art a lot too. And yeah, I really like this character.
It's a great figure looking.
Yeah,
looks really good.
Yeah.
And then we have Sergeant Creel.
Okay.
Part of a special unit that Luke runs into, and I don't know if he's a Force user or not. This is the first time I ever found out about him. But so it's definitely going to make me want to look into it more. It's pretty cool.
Well, you'd assume he'd be a little bit wielding that lightsaber like a champ.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And giving Luke a run for his money, apparently.
Do you know what the name of the storyline is, too? Is it Sergeant Creel? Is that the name?
It doesn't tell me here. He's part of the elite group of Scar troopers.
Okay.
He was in the early issues of when Marvel restarted the Star Wars series.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't been around for a while, I don't think.
But he's still alive? He didn't get killed off or anything?
As far as I know, he's alive, yeah.
Yeah. But that looks like another cool figure. I love the obscure characters that, whether they wield Force or not, and they just use lightsabers. Like, obviously, I'm a big Asherad Het fan, and, all kinds of secret characters that people aren't aware of unless they watch the movie or unless they read the comics and stuff. The EU, obviously. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, what do you got here?
Then we have a little bit taken different than Star Wars. I think this is the only one that's non-Star Wars.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a dual pack with Null and Venom. And I think this is one of the first Venom figures that I think is really nice.
Do you know when this is coming out? Oh, it is. Do you know when it's coming out?
End of the year.
I like that.
It's one of my birthday present targets.
It's a Target exclusive. Is that what you said?
No, one of my targets to get for my birthday.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's got a little bit of a price tag.
How much?
$80.
Yeah, that's pretty steep. But
it's 80 retail, so it's gonna be, you got to get it immediately if you wanted it all, pretty much.
It looks sick, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like that Venom because he doesn't have the crazy tongue.
And what's up with those wings? I don't know.
It's in the King in Black storyline.
Oh, okay.
And then Null, that might be, well, as far as I know, I don't follow a lot of the toys, but I'm wondering if that's Null's first action figure.
Well, I know in Volume 4 he becomes a god at the end. And that's been spoiled for me.
No, he's saying, is this the first action figure of him, though?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much I'm almost positive that's the first action figure he's had.
That's
of Null.
Yeah.
It looks like a good rendition too. I like that.
Yeah, it does. It looks cool. I want it. I want it now as well. You're doing the same thing Patrick does, Tyler. Good job.
Unfortunately for your birthday, Tyler, I can only afford one $80 thing from me. I can't afford two.
And I think the other things you got in here, let me see this. Did you want to show this during
Oh yeah. When we were showing the releasing of the rest of the Republic Commando team, I bought another. Where's he at? I got him right here. I've been getting into customizing lately, and the only one they have out so far is Boss from that Republic Commando game in that team.
Yeah.
So I just bought another one, and I was going to customize them black and gold, and that's just my work so far.
Yeah, okay.
Had to get that base on there.
Yeah, you're doing a good job with those. I've been impressed with what you've been showing off. And I like the idea. That was something we talked about with this with him coming down next weekend, Mike, getting together and doing a paint night. That'd be great. I got tons of stuff to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. I got 2 items.
Yeah. That would be ironic if you finally get around to it with us while we're there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then that's it then, Ty. As far as the collectibles on the horizons are concerned?
Yeah. This one is unreleased, though. That's just going to be on my shelf, so don't look forward to it.
Okay.
Custom.
Unless people want to buy that, I'll keep painting them.
Okay. Hey, imagine how much fun your life would be if you could, squeeze out a living on custom clone figures. You'd probably be a happy camper. Imagine that.
I've bought quite a few customs myself, and they're usually, double to triple of, the price of the original figure they put it on. So,
you know what? That's a perfect segue there, Tyler. All right. What were you talking about there, Tyler?
It's funny we segued into that because I think I gave you that figure to show you stuff for the stuff we got.
I know. I went to that next one. I realized, oh man, I think I went too soon. But you did a fine job kind of making that fit right into what you were talking about.
Yeah, it still works. Yeah.
But what's this stuff?
Just picked up the Jango Fett gaming grates. I got Boba Fett flying on the other side of that stand.
That's awesome.
And then that Death Trooper Mandalorian I got as well recently.
I'm gonna definitely grab those stands too. I love those stands, especially if they're jetpacking around or whatever. It's sick.
They're really awesome.
Yeah. All right, and then obviously, so then we'll just start with the other stuff you had in here too, as far as what you got. Looks like you got a Venom lot going on here.
Well, I got that sideways. Yeah, I've been collecting the Donny Cates line of Venom. I've got about 10 of them now, I think.
Did you get these at the Steel City Con? Is that where you got them?
No, these are all Whatnot purchases.
Oh, okay.
Went kind of crazy one night. I actually forgot I bought all these. must have been another drinking night.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Scream, the Curse of Carnage. Obviously I'm attracted to all the symbiotes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but then there's so many, so I need to refine what I'm starting off on.
Yeah.
Yeah, join the club of how that never gets easier.
And I didn't know that Venom on that second picture, the Venom, the end. I don't even know what that is yet, but I saw it and thought it was sick, and so I bought it. On the other picture.
Okay. This one?
Yeah. And I don't even know what the Venom 164 is. I just thought it was a nice cover.
Even that Scream cover is cool too.
Yeah, it's kind of got a realistic touch to it.
Yeah, they're all good. Like you said, or like I said earlier, you're definitely influencing my taste with those two. I didn't really like them near as much as since you've gotten into them. They're pretty great. They're pretty. It's good stuff in my opinion as well. So Mike, did you want to talk about what you got?
Yep. I want to start by saying I think next week's segment we'll probably just let Patrick go crazy. He's got a lot of really cool stuff he's going to want to talk about. And it's
we'll
stuff
see.
I want to see.
Yeah, I don't think probably not much that I got. It's stuff I brought and then I'm taking home again, slightly altered.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, what about Valor? Has he been getting hooked up a little bit?
I think I'll have Valor come on with me because he definitely picked up some things.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So I got this. The A cover on the left is Mark's. The Bill Sienkiewicz cover on the right is mine. And I started reading this. I was going to do my review on this. I read the first couple of pages. It's pretty funny. I like it. But basically, we put in the code, and you get Spider-Man Zero skin, and you get this back bling right there.
Nice.
This is if you're into Fortnite. This stuff is fun. So
yeah.
We download this from Mark. And then the final thing, I don't fully understand this. It's like you got an arm. So I wasn't sure if this is a build-a-figure type of thing where each issue has a code. You get the, like the Spider-Man skin or whatever you get, and then you get a part of this character here, like a leg
Okay.
stuff like that. I don't know yet. We still have to find that out. But anyway, that's the awesome skin you get from Johnny's Burger is going to get on me. This is the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War. I don't know what the X stands for. We talked about it, Marcus and I. Is it versus times? Who knows?
Okay.
It's kind of like when DC
I would guess
did the
probably
Fortnite
just crossover.
Yeah, he said that too, crossover. So it's like the DC books. It comes with a code, and you get Fortnite items. So that's what I got.
So have you seen that awesome Wolverine patch skin already in the actual play or what? Because it looked like that was one that was on the cover.
Oh, no, you don't get the Wolverine thing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you get the code gets you the Spider-Man Zero.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I liked that game because they do a lot of cool crossover stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got tons of Star Wars and Marvel stuff going on in there.
Yeah. And Marcus has a lot of the Star Wars and Marvel stuff.
I just wish Overwatch would hook up with some Marvel and Star Wars stuff. That's all I'm saying. Because I love that game. All right. So was that it for you, Mike? I'm sorry.
That's all I got. Yeah.
So I got some cool whatnot things. And I got a cool story, especially Tyler will be able to appreciate this. Oh, and this is something you should have mentioned during your what you got too, Tyler. Tyler is a giveaway winning fiend.
I'm a king at giveaways.
How many giveaways have you won now, Ty?
I won 3 in the past week and a half.
Can you believe it, Mike?
On what?
He won.
I won something pretty pricey. I still need more research on exactly what comic it is, but I got a Moon Knight trade cover Virgin. It was like a surprise release.
Who's the artist again?
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay, don't worry about it. But it's an awesome Moon Knight Virgin variant of number 1. It's sick.
His whole show was selling those new Moon Knights that just popped out of nowhere, and the first one was a giveaway, and there was like 140 people in the room, and I won it. And the very next copy, like the next 3 or 4 copies he sold of the same thing I just won that were unsigned, they went for like $90 to $80.
Jeez. You got a signed copy?
Yeah, and I got a signed copy.
Nice.
I was so jealous. Well, let me just say this. I was a little jealous when that happened. Then what happened next?
And then like 3 days later, I won another little giveaway. This one's kind of goofy. He was a real small guy. But he did it kind of funny. He had a Carbonite Han Solo box. And I thought I was entering the giveaway to get that Han Solo. But the giveaway was what's for inside of it. And it was a surprise. And I got this little Wookiee. I accidentally sent you a picture of this, Uncle Mikey.
I thought you were sending that to me to show me your painting skills.
No, I didn't paint this.
I was like, man, he's pretty good.
But yeah, he wins a little Wookiee figurine. And then yesterday, I just dropped a bunch of crap. I haven't gotten it yet.
because I just won it, but I won a pop figure of this guy.
Nice.
So
Yeah, you want a clone trooper pop. I'm like, man, holy.
Well, that's the range trooper from Solo Story.
Oh, yeah,
those white troopers that are on the train while they're fighting.
Yeah. But the whole thing that's crazy about it is not only he's winning giveaways. I haven't won one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. But I haven't won one yet. I've been on it longer than him. I keep entering. Every time I go to one and there is one, I'll stick around and I'll follow and enter and then see what's up. And I haven't won one time. He not only is winning the giveaways, but then he gets a Moon Knight #1 sick variant, which that's his one of his things he's really keen on right now, obviously. Then he gets a Wookiee figurine, and then he gets a trooper pop. I mean, it was like designed for him. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler, I'm going to need you to go to a website. It's valottery.com. Write that down. And
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Hook me up.
All right, so I got a couple cool whatnot lots and then a cool story. And Tyler, you might want to grab these. I'm not sure, but I'm sure these are going to be showing up on Xcellar soon. But I got Maximum Carnage #6, 7, 8, 9, and these are Maximum Carnage story arc that covers many titles from Spectacular to Amazing to regular Spider-Man to Web of Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
Then I got part 10.
Jeez.
Then I got part 11. 12.
Wow.
And 14. I got all.
You're missing 13, and I don't really want it anymore.
I'm missing 1 through 5 and 13. I got all these for $20.
So you're gonna throw it on whatnot for 10?
No, I'm gonna talk to my partner here about filling in that run and some young rookie.
Xcellar might have a couple of those.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then, again, running around whatnot, I wanted to grab this, and I don't know whether this one's going to actually make an appearance on the Very Variant show. I'm going to keep it because it's awesome. It's variant of Wolverine #10.
That's nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah. And then I've kind of been keen on this a bit lately, but kind of old school movie limited edition adaptations. There's Conan the Destroyer.
I like that. I've wanted that for a while. I saw that a few years ago,
and this is in great shape too. I got it for $2.
Looks nice.
And then I didn't even win this, but dude threw this in. That's getting ready to be a trend here in a minute. I didn't even win this, but he threw this in. Conan movie special. It's just a one shot. That's in great shape too. And then I did win this. I got Red Sonja. #1 of 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think Xcellar has #2 of 2.
Oh, really? That'd be sick.
And I haven't listed it because I need #1 of 2.
I'm gonna have to buy #2. Then I got this. I didn't even know this existed, but this is great. I love this movie.
Oh,
Buckaroo Banzai. #1 of 2.
I haven't watched that since the 80s.
I've watched it multiple times. Love it. And then here's the funny story. Tyler, did you leave or are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. So dude had a giveaway going on. And, I was staying there for a while to get all this stuff. And the giveaway was for Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith #1.
Did you win?
And I won. But here's what's funny about it. I wasn't lying up until maybe an hour before the show started today that I'd never won anything because he was doing and he advertised it during the entire show, so it wasn't a surprise. He was advertising that he was going to do the last thing he was going to do on the show, trying to obviously coax everybody to stick around for the entire show. But then he said, I told him, I was like, oh man, I gotta go. But I just bought like a bunch of stuff from him. So he's like, hey, listen, man, I'll keep you entered into it even though you're not here. Okay.
Nice.
And I said, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Just if I win, throw it in with the other books I got. And he said, yeah, I'll definitely do that. And he was like, he's like, if you aren't a Star Wars fan too, just look through my store and let me know if there's any book you would prefer to win as opposed to the Star Wars. And of course I was a Star Wars fan, or I'm a Star Wars fan, but I already have this, as you can imagine. So I said, you know what? I actually like that Maestro #1, and then I'm just thinking about the very variant show for Xcellar. And I'm like, so, if you don't mind giving me that Maestro #1 instead, that'd be great. And he said, okay, if I don't sell Maestro before the end of the show and then you win the giveaway, I'll give you the Tales of the Jedi, or Maestro instead of Tales of the Jedi. But then this is what I got today with the pack. I got them both.
Well, that's pretty cool. You got to follow that guy.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah, he just hooked me up. And then to boot, just another bonus. I'm not a Punisher Wardrobe fan, but he had these in there too. My camera's like, anyway. So I got hooked up.
Yeah.
Got a great stuff there. And it ends up this Dark Lords of the Sith #1 is a key anyway. It's the first appearance of, I can't remember right now, but
never heard of him.
It's probably going to end up on the very variant show anyway because it's her first appearance. So
yeah.
But yeah, I got all that for way cheaper than it was worth, especially that Maximum Carnage. I was looking at those and they're easy, $10 book. I don't know what the whole run's going for if we put it all together, but every single one of those that I didn't look up every single one, but every one that I did look up, they were over $10 a piece, and I got all of those for 20. So pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Good batch.
Yeah. And then I got my DCBS too, like you said. You got yours, bunch of stuff in there, but that's all I got. Pat, did you want to mention anything at all you got today by chance, since we're in the get it and what you got segment?
No, I'll hold off till next week.
All right, cool. All right. So I think we're going to run into the last segment of the show here with our newest, latest entertaining intro. You guys ready?
Always.
All right, Tyler, what do you got?
For the recap?
Yeah, that segment
the introduction
started the
intro. We got some cool Republic Commando figures on the line.
Nice.
Carnage 1 is pretty good.
No, 1. We take turns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mike, you want to go next?
Yes. The Tick is binge worthy.
Nice. Patrick, what do you got?
Well, we kind of already knew this, but it's definite now that the Raymonds are winners.
Oh. All right, definitely, at least this week. In general in life, I'll definitely agree with that in life too. So yeah. And then Mark and Mike are huge fans of Obi-Wan.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk more about this to you next week too, Pat. But just real quick, what do you give as a rating for overall for the Obi-Wan series, the whole series, 1 to 10?
I don't know. I didn't watch the last episode yet.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
I did.
Oh,
Just
okay.
did.
Okay. Gotcha.
you know, I watched it in the hotel room, hooked up to my laptop to the TV. So I need to watch it again. But I would probably say overall maybe 7.
It's exactly what I said.
Yep.
Tyler, what'd you say again?
Overall, yeah, I'd probably go 7.
Okay.
But that's misleading. I hate that rating.
Mike gave it a 9.
Right. 7 is good.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
7
you might have missed the discussion. I hate
did.
saying the overall series is a 7 because I think 1 through 5 is a 5, and I think the last episode's a 9.5.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of where I'm at too. You know, the last episode was awesome. Overall, I think the last episode was awesome. I got some issues there too, but anyway, overall, last episode was awesome. The rest of it, so it's middle there, for me. But Mike and Mark loved it. So anyway, all right, Ty, what's your next one now?
Carnage #1's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, this week we did. I like how our get it and forget it are going. We got to get it. We got to forget it if you're not a horror or a Jeff Lemire fan, and a kind of on the fence if you're not a Carnage fan. Right? Or no?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to bring any new fans, but if you already love Carnage, it's good.
Right.
That's good because for a while there, I think we were also positive. But it goes that way because we're picking up stuff we want to read,
Yeah.
But it's good that we get a couple hit or misses in there,
I totally agree. Yeah, if you don't get a couple hit or misses in there, everybody just starts thinking, oh, this guy just likes everything or whatever.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of not liking everything, don't watch Spiderhead.
That's so I've heard.
Or you'll be wasting your time.
I'm going to go waste my time right after this.
Yeah.
Mike, you got another one?
Yeah. I can't remember what made me write this down. Tyler's mind changes every few minutes.
I think because he forgot what he voted on for the top 3.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Who was the winner?
What'd you say, Pat? Sorry.
What was the winner?
Detective Comics.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I guessed it. Yeah, that as well. Steven showed up again today, and he picked the 3 again. So, yeah let's put that out there. Steven's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, speaking of awesome, Walt Simonson. He's awesome.
For sure.
We thought that before he came on the show and said, "What's up, Xcellar?" during the show. Thanks for Pat for that. But yeah, even now that he's done that, man, it was great. I joked after you left, Pat, that I don't know whether I was more excited when Walt said, "Hey, what's up, Xcellar?" on our stream versus Johnny showing up last week. It was close. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know if you could. This is going to be another show that's going to be hard to top, but we keep doing it every week. So great job, guys, in general. So
hey, I have another one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I got another. The very variant show has variants.
Nice. Okay. And but it's not completely variant.
Right.
Would Valor have one? I see his forehead there.
He has a forehead, but I don't think he has a recap.
Oh, about your very variant show.
Here's my recap.
What?
Recap. Get it? Oh, he recapped.
Yeah.
Nice.
He has a cap. Yes. Go ahead, Tyler. Sorry.
I was like, maybe I'll say it after the show. I'll wait.
No, I want to hear
maybe
it.
It won't be show. Maybe it won't be show appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, this is a family-friendly show.
Not inappropriate, but a topic that maybe shouldn't be said.
Okay, let's just go with your instincts on that.
Okay.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. So, okay, is everybody good then? Got all your recaps out?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So just a couple reminders. Please answer the poll. and trivia question through Spotify, the Spotify app only on our podcast. It's actually a way you can win extras with the Fun Fan freebie phrase. And you can check out an edited podcast of this live stream no later than Tuesday that has the second word of the Fun Fan freebie phrase on it. And then we also have our very variant show, as stated many times, on the Whatnot app at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. And, of course, please follow us on
What's that?
I feel like he's saying more, but he just cut out. Okay, anyway.
I was telling Valor to zip it.
Okay. But follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe, hit the bell. Everybody says that on YouTube, and see what we have to offer at Xcellar_comics on eBay, and then also check out our website at XcellarComics.com. Oh, and on the Whatnot app, the name of our show to follow there too is Xcellar_comics as well. The very variant show is just the name of the show itself. So I think that's about it. I think I might have gotten everything. I'm still flustered about Walt being here, so I may have forgotten something. But it was a great show, right?
Yeah, it's good.
At least the parts I saw.
I think you're going to love it even more as you're able to experience the whole thing. I honestly do. Right? What do you think, Ty?
I agree.
And then one last thing, too, to Ty. Thanks for filling in, Ty. It was
Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
Yeah. Obviously, you're welcome every week, but we especially love when you can fill in when we're a little short-staffed, which we didn't end up being that short-staffed today because Patrick's so awesome. So, anyway. All right. That's it. That'll do it. But don't forget, appreciating great art is awesome, and reading a great story is fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.